Everybody's going to second guess everybody's draft, right? Except the general managers that have proven track records will get the benefit of the doubt and will get stroked because of how good they've been. So they get the benefit of the doubt. New guys and what we've been doing around here. And by the way, I understand a lot of people are having trouble like moving forward with a new GM and head coach. I see it. I see it. And we have people struggling like, this guy looked like he didn't know what he was doing. I got a bunch of that yesterday, and I go, he knows what he's doing. He may not. Let's give it a chance before you decide who's going to be a bust and who's going to be good and which guys. And everybody's trying to handpick their favorite player of the 13 picks, and we picked this guy too high, and we could have got him later in the draft. And this is stuff that pops up with the draft, especially when you haven't done a very good job with the draft, and we haven't done a very good job with it. And to make it easier, because general managers have not had a lot of confidence and been very good at what they do, they've tried to trade it away and get proven established players. We've had smaller draft classes, and that was a disaster. That is not the answer. Small draft classes, 2 of them. And the first pick in both of them, one was a 3rd-round pick, one was a 2nd-round pick, and they were a disaster. So I wouldn't do that ever again. Come in with the small classes. I think there's more pressure when you do that. And without getting into names of who they were and what happened, it didn't work. Didn't work except for Devon Achane. That worked out really well. But you just can't have one guy work out. Just can't. So anyway, we're going to take a quick break here. We've got Charles Davis from NFL Network, obviously a big part of CBS, going to be on the lead team for college football, matter of fact. This year, going to be moving from pro to college, but heavily involved in the draft all weekend up in Pittsburgh, so we get caught up with him in just a few minutes, so don't go away. Before we do that, though, want to take a second this morning to tell you about one of my favorite products to talk about. Yeah, I've been a Chevy guy for 20 years. I've been part of that Tahoe family, and I got to tell you, man, it's never looked better, never had better products than we do right now. From the SUV family to the truck family, we got great stuff going on, Suburbans and Tahoes, the mini Tahoe, we like to call it, the baby Tahoe, the Traverse, and the Equinox. I got Woody and a couple other guys in the Equinox. They love them. Grabbed one for my vacation. It was fantastic. You just can't go wrong. And then right over to the trucks, our cleanup hitters, I like to say. Whether it's a Silverado 1500, a Silverado HD, maybe even over to the Colorado family, we got a truck absolutely perfect for the lifestyle you live here in South Florida. Whether it's a full-time working truck, needs to be a family truck, or just a fun truck on the weekend for pull all your fun stuff around there, your wave runners, the boat, and everything else. Listen, you want to get the most out of life here in South Florida, you got to stop by your South Florida Chevy dealers. We got 14 dealerships throughout South Florida. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. And then last night, I'm watching Path to the Draft, and there he is again. Charles, good morning. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing okay. How about yourself, Joe?
Man, I'm great. And thanks for coming on. I thought it was kind of important. Every city, NFL city's got a different take, and we got new general manager down here, John Eric Sullivan. And we got Ruben Bain sitting there. Just to give you a quick background, Ruben Bain, pride and joy of Miami, went to school down there, a star from high school through college, 3 years. He's sitting there with that 12th pick, and the Dolphins stuck with their guard tackle program and take Caden Proctor. And people, the weight and the conditioning, is he going to be able to finish games in this humidity, and how good? I'm just curious, when you saw that pick, were you surprised? Did you expect it? Do you expect Caden to go that high and everything else around it?
I probably didn't expect Proctor to go that high. I said from the beginning of the draft process that if anyone looked like a Detroit Lions pick, Caden Proctor did. I mean, he looks exactly like what a Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes as a general manager team would want, especially considering the way their season went last year. And, just talking with people around the organization, what they felt they were missing, what they felt they had lost. Because, those Lions teams were built on,
right,
Dan Campbell biting kneecaps, which we all laughed about. And then we found out, that was for real, right? That's who the Lions were. And then last year, there was a sense around the organization that got lost a little bit. Not that they weren't trying to play to it, but, the Lions had become America's second team. If Dallas is America's team, the Lions have become kind of the lovable Lions. And, man, it's kind of cool to see. We all in love with Dan. Hard Knocks a couple of years ago, these personalities. And there was just a little sense that maybe the Lions had kind of, you're not the Lions. So that I knew they were going to want to get physical, bigger, stronger, meaner, nastier. In fact, Joe, I'll just put it to you this way. Whoever is doing joint practices with the Lions this year, you know how the coaches have those talks about, hey, we're not going to fight. We're not going to do this. We're just going to practice.
Yeah.
That's out the window. I'm just telling whoever's going to deal with them. Not that the Lions are coming in ready to fight, but I don't think that's going to be their number one concern this year.
We saw them in joint practice last year, and I don't know if you remember, we got kicked around pretty good, and that was the talk, like, oh my God, are the Dolphins that bad during those practices?
That was the unfortunate side. But Joe, as you and I have talked about, and many people have, if it was a big game with a pretty decent team, there was going to be some kicking around with Miami last couple of years anyway.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter whether it was the Lions or whoever it was that was a pretty decent team. That was part of the issue, and that's what you saw in this draft. So, yes, I thought it was a little early for Proctor. I didn't expect him to go. I thought the Lions were the ones interested in him. And then there was a conversation in my mind that where would Proctor go if the Lions don't take him? Who is the team that takes him? Do we have such a run on tackles that as we get deep into the 20s, if the Lions didn't take him, would there still be a spot for him somewhere? And there were places like New England, could have been a spot, I thought, deep down into it, I think at 31, that sort of a deal. So it sounds like I was down on Proctor. I wasn't. But was I as high on him as others? No, because of a couple of factors. One, I thought he was somewhat inconsistent during his time at Alabama. Two, the weight was going to be, hey, are we going to be good here? Like, when we say goodbye to you and after off-season program, the next time I see you, are we going to be okay? All those sorts of things. And then I know that the noise really jumped up. I think Nick Saban had talked about, we need him to be a little more of a self-starter. He did mention the weight. And once those things kick in, now it really starts to go, especially when you don't take Ruben Bain. But all in all, and Bain would have fit right in there with exactly what I saw from John Eric Sullivan as an outside observer. They drafted football players who want to be ball players, not a lot of other things going on out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything else that might have been an issue for Miami before, I thought they tried to avoid that in this draft.
I agree.
Players they were taking.
Yep.
And Ruben Bain would have fit in there perfectly. But it seemed like John Eric Sullivan Jeff Hafley, they prioritized that first pick on taking care of Malik Willis, their brand new quarterback. And that's part of the reason that they didn't take Ruben Bain. The rest of it, I'd have to hear more from the GM and all. That's all I can come up with on that one. But we had a number of teams. I know Miami is particularly salty about it because he's a Miami kid. All I would tell the Dolphins fans is, okay, look up the 14 teams prior to Tampa Bay and ask yourself that same question. Could he have gone in this spot? Yes. Could he have gone that spot? Yes. Could he have gone that spot? Yes. And those teams didn't take him either. You have to ask all of them exactly what they were prioritizing.
Yeah. It's an interesting one because, Fano and Maui Noah both made trips down here to South Florida.
Yep.
Everybody, again, guard tackles because they're still talking about Proctor being a guard with Jackson on the outside and obviously Patrick Paul on the other side. But anyway, hey, moving on. Chris Johnson.
Real quick. That feels like a year. That feels like a 1 year thing, Joe. That feels like
great.
Jonathan Ogden was a 1 year guard with the Ravens before they moved him out to tackle, and of course he was an all world tackle. I'm not saying as soon as you move Proctor, he's all world, right? But it feels like a 1 year thing with the Dolphins with Austin Jackson at tackle and then Proctor at guard. I feel like eventually he moves out to tackle, and then we go from there. But, we'll see.
No, I agree with you. No, we all agree. We agree.
And time will also tell on Bain. And I will say this for Ruben Bain. Everyone gets upset when they don't go as high as they want because your ego is involved. And that's understandable. I've got as big an ego as anyone, probably bigger than people would know, right? It would hurt me if people would pass me up or so-called pass me up and wouldn't take me. And I would vow inside to make people pay. If I'm going to land somewhere, 15 to Tampa for him is outstanding. It is ideal. You go to Todd Bowles' defense. He's going to maneuver people around. He's a pressure package guy. He's drawing one up as we speak right now. The first play of mini camp is going to be a blitz. I mean, that's just how they operate. And I think that's going to be fantastic for Ruben Bain. Hate it for the Dolphins fans. For that young man, that's a perfect landing spot in my mind.
Yeah, listen, they're going to get everything he has, and they don't have to worry about him. He is he is a year-round proof, man, for me.
He's that guy.
Hey, so I got to ask you about Chris Johnson, San Diego State, and even Jacob Rodriguez, their third pick, two guys that what are your thoughts on how good those two can be?
Yeah, Johnson, I think, is a terrific player, and in this draft, once everyone decided Jermon McCoy, the Tennessee corner, that his knee was not going to be up to snuff, that immediately thrust Johnson up a little bit higher. I mean, I'd heard, I talked to someone in days leading up to the draft that Minnesota had really pinpointed him and was really on him at 18. So this is not, the Dolphins or no one. I mean, Chris Johnson was in full evidence, especially once McCoy went, because remember, Kansas City moved up big to take Mansour Delane.
Right.
They moved up from 9 to 6 to take him with Cleveland, and then Cleveland ends up getting Fano, I think, in that spot. And that's the other part, too, with those tackles. Fano goes early, right? Maui Noah goes early. Both of them are going to probably play. Well, Maui Noah is going to play guard probably to start off. Fano's going to go from right tackle to left tackle. Cleveland, again, going with the experiment because they did that with Jedrick Wills a few years ago. So here we go again. But anyway, Johnson, I think, is a really good player. I think he will tackle. Someone was talking about his frame and is he slight? And I was like, he's like 195. I was like, are we thinking all the corners in the league are 215?
Yeah.
They're not. They're just not. He's fine, okay? And I think he's a good player. And he would have been probably ranked among most people's boards, top 3, top 4 corners on their boards, just depending on where you would put Colton Hood of Tennessee as well. So I like him a bunch. Turn on the tape against the bigger games he played if you're worried about level of play. Watch him against Cal and watch him do his thing. So I really like him a bunch. Rodriguez, we get caught up in the instincts and the punching the ball free and 13 forced turnovers in his career and all that, and that's fantastic. The rest of it is he's a good player too. He's in the right spot. He makes the right plays. The intelligence is off the charts. Plus, he's a guy who had to earn his way. Started as a quarterback coming out of high school, had to change schools, gets flipped over to linebacker, learns how to play, learns how to do things. And then at the combine, Joe, we found out he's a better athlete than what people thought. Because schools like, Texas Tech coming off the pace last year, Indiana coming off the pace the last 2 years, both of them get their players stamped with, wow, these guys are great overachievers. I don't know that you can't have nothing but overachievers and play for national championships or get into the college football playoff. It's a rare, rare deal. And in fact, if you watch, Texas Tech had plenty of players drafted. Indiana had a school record 8 players drafted. They have talent too, and Rodriguez is talented.
Yeah. Hey, got to ask you about the Ty Simpson to the Rams. I know they're trying to cover it up, but Sean McVay sitting next to his general manager, it just looked, I don't know, and I know you guys talked about it last night, Matthew Stafford covering for his guy there who just won the MVP, and I thought they're clearly the second-best team in the NFL. I mean, they're real close.
Yeah.
That was a weird pick for me. What'd you think?
Yeah, I thought it was a weird pick, too. I do always err on the side of if Les Snead did it, he's got great reasons, because I think Les Snead's a really terrific GM and understands how to pick. Because, we're all caught up in the Super Bowl team with those bleep those picks T-shirts when they gave it all away to get Stafford.
Right.
Since then, go back over his drafts. They're really good.
Yeah. They
brought a lot of players in. He's not averse to that. This is one of those ones where we got blown away like Atlanta that year when they took Penix. And succession plan in place. They really like the kid. I know Sean McVay and everybody's trying to make Sean McVay and Les into adversaries on this one. I joked, hey, this isn't Cole Strange being picked by New England in the first round, and those guys get to yuck it up and say, you could have got him in the fourth. This is now real because it's theirs. I thought they would get themselves a player to help them get over the top. As you mentioned, Joe, they're right there. They're close. This kid may not play for 2 more years, and I'm going to sound like the biggest hater in the world, and I'm not, but I'm just going to put it out there because I want to make sure I am true to what I've been saying. I think he's a second-round quarterback in this year's draft, Ty Simpson.
Yeah.
15 career starts. If he came back next year and he had played the way he did this year and probably better, he's a first-round quarterback in my mind. But this year, I thought he was a second-round quarterback. I wouldn't have done it. Him going there in this spot, though, Stafford, once they told Matthew Stafford, hey, just want to let you know, we're going to take Ty Simpson. It's still your team, big boy, what have you. He would have said, did you say Ty Simpson? Yeah. Well, you didn't have to tell me he's still my team, and went back to sleep. He's not going to be worried about that at all.
Yeah.
All you want now out of Ty Simpson is make sure he's great in the quarterback room with Stafford and crew. And I don't think you have any worries about that. Son of a coach. He overachieved in this draft. They played the long game staying in it as opposed to going back to school, and overachieved in a way that they could not imagine. But here's the problem, Joe. He didn't play at Bama. Now he's going to sit at least 2 more years, we think. So the first time he plays, he will have played 1 college football season in the last 7 years.
Yeah.
That's a lot to me, because people will point out Jordan Love sat, Rodgers sat. Okay, that's cool. All of them were 3-4 year starters in college. They had played a ton of ball. This kid played 1 year. That's where my concern would be. If I'm the Rams, I'm not doing it that way. But Les Snead is way smarter than I am.
Hey, Charles, I got to ask you, man. I'm watching your coverage early on Thursday, and I go, it looks like there might not be as many people. The next thing you know, they're showing shots when that thing got rolling. I never seen anything like what this draft. I am shocked from where it was when you and I, a long, long time ago, to the 13 to 15 million people that watch it, not to mention they said 800,000 people were there over the course of 3 days. Is that right?
Yeah, they said the final count came at 805, which broke the 775 record of Detroit. Now, the beauty is they're counting it all the same way, because remember, they're counting each day. So you're counting, how many times you count the same person, blah, blah. I don't know. All I know is based on how their counting system goes. Remember when we thought Nashville was kind of like
I thought that was the best. I dropped the mic on that. I thought that was the best location. Yeah.
600,000 in Nashville over 3 days. Yeah, we went from 6 to 775 here. Guess where we are next year, Joe? We're in D.C.
Oh,
They're
boy.
talking about the National Mall. We're talking about 1 million.
Oh, my
I mean,
God.
they're already targeting 1 million to show up over 3 days. So the NFL, I don't even know how to explain it anymore. I really don't. I just keep remember being a little kid and remember Pitchers and Catchers Report was like the highlight of the off season, and not anymore.
Charles, you know what's amazing about it, too, before I let you go? Now there's so many people watching, so many eyeballs on you guys. Everything you guys say and do,
Yeah.
any kind of mistake the lead guy might make by accident, from watching all
Yeah.
these drafts. I mean, you're a story the next day because it's gotten so big.
Yeah, and it's crazy. It doesn't make any sense, does it? Like,
no, not for a
it
draft.
doesn't.
No.
But it's good. It's good for my colleague Daniel Jeremiah because ESPN has bought NFL Network, and he's going to move over and do a lot more ESPN stuff, and the world will get to see him and really truly, like, everyone now will know how great he is at what he does. So those types of things I'm thankful for, to see my colleagues get their shine and go on and do their thing. And if you do make a mistake, you get nailed. I was on Path to the Draft yesterday, and I got the Steiner brothers in wrestling wrong. I called one the dog-faced gremlin instead of Big Papa Pump, and I got 2 emails on it already. So
Yeah,
I feel
how
bad.
dare
I feel
you?
bad because I was wrong. Like, I hate to be wrong like that, but it just shows you the depths of how you're analyzed. But I literally woke up this morning to 2 emails. Hey, man, that's Big Papa Pump, not the dog-faced gremlin. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, before I let you go here real quickly, too. So Dolphins end up with 13 players. Everybody's trying, and I see our writers are at it again today and trying to get the reaches, and an unnamed source said this guy you could have got 2 rounds later, and
Yeah.
this is a good pick, that's a bad pick. And, people are working off what you guys say and everybody else thinks from all the mock drafts and everything else. What do you say to everybody with the draft?
Yeah, I just say very simply, each team has their own system and their own rankings. Our ranking, which you're reading from us, doesn't necessarily mean what the team ranks. So you just have to understand that and know that they go off of their rankings, not off of ours.
Yeah. Hey, great having you, Charles. Really appreciate it. I promise you, once you have a nice long vacation, that beautiful wife of yours, and take care of yourself, all right? Thank you.
All right, you too, Joe. Talk to you later.
Appreciate it. Charles Davis, NFL Network, on the draft coverage, man. Just got back and was back at it again last night. All right. Hey, we got more stuff to get to, but before we do, I went over to Recovery Unplugged yesterday and spent some time with Dr. Barry. Wow. Man, I'll tell you, I know some of you have reached out over there. You've heard it, and we appreciate it because I know you're going to a really good place. If you're trying to fix some things, mental health's not where it needs to be. Things throw you off, man. It happens every day. Lose a job, marriage falls apart, and with that, sometimes we fall apart. It's normal, and if you think your mental health needs a comeback season, you're in a funk, your fans, your family, the people that care about you are telling you, hey, we need to do something. I just want to tell you, Recovery Unplugged might be a perfect place for you. It's right here in South Florida. Recovery Unplugged Behavioral Health is here to help you with a beautiful mental health residential program. Again, right here in Fort Lauderdale. They've helped over 20,000 people nationwide with expert care. This music-based healing is unbelievable. Oh, my God. And innovative treatments like ketamine therapy for depression, anxiety, and trauma. Make this the year you put yourself first. Seriously. They got great people. Got a chance to meet the whole staff professionally. Very impressive, everything. And call 954-737-4508 and visit recoveryunplugged.com. If you feel like you've gotten off the road and you're looking to get back on it and start feeling good again, new year, new you, Recovery Unplugged, heal out loud.
chance of rain. We have a 100% chance of giving away Marlins tickets, though, today, Joe.
I like that, man. I like that. Oh, the Marlins had one last night.
Those damn Dodgers.
Those damn Dodgers. Three runs in the bottom of the ninth. Yeah, that didn't go well for Pete Fairbanks last night, our closer. And, Liam Hicks hits a 3-run homer. You're going, damn, they're going to win this game. And Dodgers go, no. We're the best team in baseball. We're loaded. And they won. Put together 3 runs in the ninth on a little walk-off there by Tucker with the base hit. And that was it. That was it for the game last night. We've got a lot of stuff. I want to thank Charles Davis for coming on a little bit and talking about the Dolphins and the draft a little bit and everything around it. Crazy, Woody. 800,000 people. Now, a lot of them are locals. I saw a lot of them were Steeler fans, I'm guessing, from in town there. But, man, a lot of people out of town, though, still coming to that event. Woody, we got a crazy one. We haven't done anything like this for a while. So we're in the high school Florida baseball playoffs. And matter of fact, they're getting ready to finish them up here right now. And we always have good teams down here. So we had a story that came out. West Nassau was playing Sewanee in a playoff game. And happened to be the same time that West Nassau High School had planned their prom, their high school prom, which I guess they actually put the date down like a year early so everybody knows. Well, that's not the way the playoffs work. Everybody that's been in sports and played, the deeper you go, the longer your season goes. So come to find out up there, the baseball game and the prom happened to be the same night as West Nassau was moving on in the playoffs. And so anyway, those guys had to make a decision. To me, there's no decision to make. But the seniors and most of the best players on the team, including their best pitcher, who had an ERA under 1 for the season, Fisher Bennett, his name's even out there. And I'm not calling him out. You do what you want. So I don't want anybody upset that I called a guy that's not getting paid out for not deciding. But so the ace of the staff and 2 or 3 of the best players on the team decide and make a decision. They're going to go to their prom and skip the playoffs. Now, I'm not saying this is an easy decision. It is personally for me because I didn't go to any of those things when I was in high school. But I was a weirdo. Didn't really have a girlfriend and didn't feel like anybody I really wanted to take. And a couple of girls I was friends with, some other guys, they had boyfriends or whatever. I didn't go. And again, but I do know where priority is for me in playoffs and getting a chance to play in big games, whether I was playing basketball, baseball, or football. There was no question. So these guys, and now everybody's all over. So they get their ass kicked pretty good. They lose 12-1, and then the comments are coming out as soon as this story breaks of the guys and people are saying, hey, give those guys credit. They played 5 innings. You can imagine they got 10-run ruled there. So the game didn't go very long. They got their butts kicked. But hey, man, those guys, underclassmen, a couple of the seniors that did stay to play the game, they got kicked around, but they're saying, hey, they played. They weren't going to change the game. I don't know why they couldn't change the game, but they didn't. And this happened. But if you're the best players on the team and and for the life of me, if it's a regular game during the season, of course, you got something planned, take the night off, get your butt kicked. I wouldn't do that either. But if guys did that, I understand it. But if you got a chance, you're still in this thing in the playoffs and you got a chance to get to states. I know some people are going to say, oh, this is why you haven't done great in relationships with women to start with, and this starts at a young age. And I get it. Girls are really planning on going. Your boyfriend's playing baseball. I hope you're not playing. And I know they don't get it. I get it. Your girlfriend or whoever you might be taking to this, your last big dance before the end of high school, and you go out in the big bad world and decide whatever college you're going to go to or whatever you're going to do. But Woody, I saw this story, and right away I said, this is a no-brainer, man. I play. Sorry. Hey, Sally. Sorry. I know you bought a nice dress. Sorry this happened. I don't have any money to pay you back for the nice dress. You look great. I'll make it up to you sometime. But my ass is playing in that game.
I don't know. You don't know what those kids are promised, though. Show up at prom, what
Oh, no.
happens after, but
I'm sure whatever
maybe there was an agreement in place.
What, to get lucky?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get lucky in
That
high
could be,
school. So maybe,
sometimes that's more
maybe
important.
Maybe that explains why I didn't get lucky in high school. Maybe that.
Yeah, you're the wrong person to speak here, man. Come on now.
Yeah, it's a good point there, Woody.
Maybe if someone would have offered you would have been like, oh maybe I will skip the game.
Ah, man.
No, I think it's actually pretty pathetic. But
I knew you did. I knew you just give me a little shot about it.
I told you, we were talking back here. I don't even remember if I went to my senior prom. Like, I honestly, gun to head right now, I don't remember if I went.
I know I didn't go. I know for a fact.
Now, I know I went to my wife's because she was a year younger than me. We went back and I went to that one, but I don't remember going to mine.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, shows how much I cared about it.
I don't know what I didn't go to any of those dances. I think they had the junior, one was a senior, junior prom, senior ball, and they had the
I don't know how important these things are anymore, but like, so I grew up in the American Pie era, and like, prom was, where you would lose your virginity, right? That was like the big thing with prom, and it was
maybe I should have gone then if you would have told me that.
Yeah, but I don't think, but that wasn't in like real life. That was just, in the movies.
Yeah. Well, Woody, did it work for you that night or no? I mean, it's your wife now. Did it happen or no?
Well, that wasn't the first night. No. Not to really dive too deep into my stuff.
I know, you're very private. I was just messing with you. I'm messing with you, but yeah, this a weird one, man.
Thank you.
No brainer for me, man. No brainer. I'm playing.
Oh, stop.
No brainer.
It's not a no brainer. But
what do you mean? Your team's going to playoffs.
Bro, these are high school kids. You know what they think with?
Oh God, that's weak. You're telling this turned into a total sexual deal. Okay, get out of here.
These guys are 17 years old. Like,
hey, Woody,
I get it.
I know you don't realize before you give me your dumbass take on this seriously, but I do want to say this. A lot of them, I'm guessing, have been dating the same girl, so they've been hooking up probably before this. But you got a chance.
I just want to say that I understand. Like, I don't think it's the right decision, and years later they might look at it like, what did I do? But I understand how the thinking of a 17-year-old boy is. Like, I get that.
I still feel bad to this day that I couldn't go with this gal that I promised I would go to, or we're really good friends. Or
but they're not thinking rationally at that age, man.
Yeah,
you know what they're thinking with.
Hey, man, I got to tell you, I used to think with it and think about it all the time. It never happened. But Woody, I can tell you, when it came to sports, that thing that got me excited too. When I had a chance to go out and we had games to play, and they were big games, and that was kind of a big deal. I don't know. That's when I grew up at a time where sports were a big deal. And if my pitcher, who is the key to this whole thing, and they even put his ERA in this thing, and he said, nah, I'm going to the dance, man. This is about over for me. And 3 or 4 of your best hitters don't go. Those are no
Joe, we've seen guys throw away sports careers over women. This guy in New England might ruin his career over a woman.
This has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
I'm just telling you, guys get a little nutty with this stuff sometimes. You've seen it. You've told me so. I've heard stories of your
Well, why
days.
don't you open up here, since you seem to be in the sex side of this thing today? Why don't you tell me what I'm missing on that every other guy your age and our guy at 16, 17, 18 doesn't think about? Everybody's a walking bonsoir. Everybody is.
What?
A bonsoir.
Okay.
Better known as a walking hard.
Yeah, I don't know. I've just never heard you use that one before.
Yeah. So,
wow.
Well, you think you were the only guy that was thinking about it?
I just think that it's clearly ruined a lot of men.
Oh my God. That's going to be
and I'm
your
just
take.
saying, I get it.
I can't wait. Seriously, we're going to blame this on.
Someone said on the text I would leave my wife to play a playoff game.
Yeah.
Another guy said, let them enjoy their senior prom.
Yeah. Oh boy. I got to tell you, I mean, I can't. I can talk
Joe,
on behalf
you guys
of
sound like Al Bundy, where he reminisces about 4 touchdowns in high school and their kids. Once there's plenty of baseball they can play later.
Really? Well, you think every guy's got a chance to go to high school and win a state championship? I disagree with whoever that is.
Can you imagine Joe wearing those late 70s tuxedos with that head of his? What were the late 70s tuxedos? No good?
I don't remember.
The power of the P, Joe, yeah. No, that's your thing, bro. What do you, like, you act like this is some new thing.
I get it's powerful. Still powerful to this day.
Yeah.
But, dude, there's nothing more powerful than getting to the playoffs.
Maybe they thought they'd advance. Maybe they thought, hey, these guys would take care of it.
They got 10-run ruled, man. Hit the game, they didn't play a full game.
You said bone what? Yeah, you threw me with that one.
That's all right, Woody. I don't expect
Say it again. What was that one?
I'm not going to talk to a guy that won't openly talk about his life. You're like so
I'm very openly talking about it with you.
You're the only person you've ever been is with your wife.
But what does that? It has nothing to do with anything.
It does, but you're carrying on. But you just like, did you guys go out? And did you guys?
All I'm saying is I understand the kids. Like, I get it.
Woody.
So quick to jump on them like you.
You don't think most of these kids have been banging before? Well, you think it's like, all right, she's finally going to give it up.
No, I think just like the movies, they wait till prom. And they have a big party after prom.
Right. You need to stop watching so many movies. You know that, seriously. We got 7 o'clock hour coming up here. Mr. Dave Hyde from the Sun Sentinel is going to join us. I can't wait. Speaking of old school and a big Pat Riley guy, Dave Hyde from the Sun Sentinel. Because Pat did not disappoint. He didn't go all Jimmy Butler on us, though. I was a little disappointed. I was hoping a couple of guys would get called out. But he did kind of a generic call out yesterday with some really good stuff. We'll have that. And we'll talk about the draft with Dave Hyde and see how Dave's feeling today. And find out if Dave Hyde would have played in that playoff game.
Dave Hyde's a prom guy for sure.
Or would he?
Nah, he's prom.
Huh?
Dave would have gone to the prom. I think that's the direction he would have gone in.
You're gonna get in his personal stuff, so you're gonna get lucky after.
Yeah, I think that's the direction he would have gone. You're gonna ask Kyle too when he comes on too.
Get her all liquored up and then get her to the prom. Okay.
Now you're gonna go around the building and ask the ladies. Are you gonna get the poll here? The poll question.
Yeah, I'm gonna go around and ask him. Well, I can openly talk about him.
I know.
It's very
open
nice
here,
relationship. Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you what though. I'm talking about Atlantic Men's Clinic, ED and low T.
So you don't need that when you're 17, Joe. It's all natural.
You need it in your 60s. Oh, my gosh. Speaking of lack of energy, where you can't play a baseball game and go to the dance. And, oh, God. And ED, man. Well, that ED ain't happening to those kids in high school. No. They're walking bone swallow. There's no question about it. But I will tell you, Atlantic Men's Clinic, sex drive, energy level, you want to get it back, it's gone. I get it, man. There are a lot of guys listening right now that can be very honest just with themselves listening to me right now. They don't even have to look at somebody next to you. I know you're going through it. It's okay. I went to Atlantic Men's Clinic. I was full-blown ED and low T. There was nothing happening. My energy level was shot, so I stopped for a little period of time there and got my weight up to a nice, hefty 265. And then I realized that wasn't working because there was a lot of other issues with that. And then on top of that, ED snuck in there, and all of a sudden there was nothing happening in the Rose bedroom. And that was a problem. That was a big, big problem. I got to tell you, went to Atlantic Men's Clinic. I had great results. I've been telling everybody for 2 years now how good it is when you go there. You get the testing done, the PSA test done. You meet with this unbelievable professional staff. They go through everything with you, talk to you about everything, get your results, and then put you on a program. Now, you got to decide if you want to do it or you're going to walk out the door. I'd recommend you do it because it works, and it works fast. And if you'd like to get your energy level, number one, back, where you're more active again, so you feel like working out, you're able to keep your work down, your calories down and your weight down. I just want to let you know, man, it works. It's fantastic. You're going to have great results. They have 7 locations in South Florida to serve you, and your sex drive will be back like never before. Call them today, 877-455-7300. Got to set up that first appointment. It's the most important one. Or visit AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. 7 locations, a brand new one in Hollywood. I go to Plantation. You're going to have great results. Atlantic Men's Clinic works.
Sports.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This update is brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less for your pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia, DoralKia.com. Starting with the Marlins, who fell to the Dodgers 5-4 after giving up 3 in the 9th. Game 2 of the 3-game series is tonight with the first pitch at 10:10 from Dodger Stadium. You can catch the game right here on WQAM. And to the Heat, President Pat Riley spoke to the media yesterday, said he will not be retiring or stepping aside. He said the franchise will look to build around Bam Adebayo. Joe, send it back to you.
Yeah, man. Hey, anybody thought Pat might say, hey, I'm 81, I've had enough? That ain't happening. Nope. No retirement, no resigning, no stepping aside, no rebuild, and no tanking. I hate it. I hate tanking. Matter of fact, the NBA, if that's the way we got to do it to look like San Antonio and Oklahoma City and everybody else, and I'm not doing it that way. I refuse to do it. We got to get more around Bam. And, oh, by the way, Mickey and Nick have final say. I don't have final say. I've never had final say.
The building around Bam thing. Where do you stand on that? Is that like a little wink? You give a little side wink there, like, oh, by the way, like if the right offer comes. I know he said 8 picks in Wembanyama.
There is
but Bam should, everyone on that team should be movable at this point.
Bam will not get moved.
But you can't build around Bam. That's the problem.
No, but you can get a good piece that goes nicely with Bam. Bam will go nicely with anybody.
But you can't build around a nice piece, though. They've been trying to do this for how long now?
No, I agree. He's got to make some changes. If he thinks all of a sudden the culture of just everybody getting better on this team, this roster, and if he's saying this guy deserves another chance to come back, you better be careful. You're talking about basically the same core coming back because you got a couple games better. You're a friggin' 10 seed. I don't care how much better you got in wins and losses. You were a 10 seed. Now, the thing I did like a lot, he does this a lot. He never says Spo's name, but he did say, we got to be more committed to Bam and Khalil Ware playing together. Stick with it. Even when Ware is not playing well, you've got to play him together. We've been saying that. And they're going, oh, you dumbass, you guys you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Pat Riley said it. And by the way, there's only one guy who can make that happen. He never said his name. Spo, he's done this before, by the way, with, hey, you got to play the guy. He's got to play. You can't jerk him out of the game every time he gets beat down the court or he has a defensive breakdown in our strategy. I mean, you got to stick with him. But I did like a lot of things he had to say. Look, he truly doesn't care at this point. He's 81 years old. The filter is gone. And it has been gone for a long time. And that's what made yesterday, even though we didn't get the Jimmy Butler kind of stuff, shut up. And if you're not playing, I love that. But, and the other thing is, hey, man, you got to be able to play. Got to be able to play games. Right? You got to be able to play. And I'm not saying all 82 games. Riley's never said you got to play 82. But you got to be around for a majority of the games. You can't play 30, 40 games. We got to be able to have you out there playing. I loved it.
So we got a texter here, Joe, that says, of course you can build around Bam. He's elite. He fits with any star. He didn't say he was the number one option. Well, if you say you're going to build around the guy, you're essentially saying he's your number one option. Because I don't know what other piece are you going to move to bring in someone like Giannis?
Oh, I think you can put together a package without Bam.
Yeah, you can. I don't know how attractive it's going to be. Clearly, it hasn't been attractive in past years. Right? And I know that there's some guys, some of those guys have been wanting to leave out of these deals, but you haven't been able to accomplish it yet.
I'm just with him and by the way, I totally agree with the last guy. He is not your number one guy because he doesn't score like a number one guy. And, but I do like Bam as a number two on it.
I think everybody likes Bam.
All right. So he does a lot of things that.
Yeah, he plays the game the right way. He's not a pain in the ass. I think everyone likes Bam. But something dramatic has to change with this franchise.
I wouldn't get rid of Bam.
I'm not saying get rid of him. I'm saying cut him. But,
no, get rid of him. Trade him for a top.
If you could trade him for a top tier player,
you know what I was saying when I said that.
If you can bring in a top tier, like a Giannis or something, then I don't know why anyone would be off the table.
Well, I'd like to see those two play together, and I agree. I'd keep Bam, and if I got to get rid of Khalil Ware, I do it morning, noon, and night.
Well, yes, if you could call them and say, hey, here's Khalil Ware and Tyler Hero.
By the way, the sad part of this, if Spo plays Khalil Ware more, gets his value up, and we get to see more of what we saw in that last game where he's
played
running
really
around.
well in that game, right?
Run up and down the court. Of course, maybe I can hear Spo going, well, why didn't he play like that all the friggin' time? Blocking.
He was saving it for the playoffs.
Jumping up 14 feet in the air and grabbing the shot, not even blocking it, just putting that big paw on it, bringing it down. Anyway.
By the way, the sad part is the Heat might have gotten out of the first round. The Pistons stink.
I don't know for that. You're giving us way too much credit.
What are the Pistons put up 80 points a game in that?
No, they're not
series?
very good.
They're terrible.
They're not very good. Hey, that's a hell of a story.
Duncan Robinson can only do so much.
Magic up 3-1 on the Pistons right now. Crazy.
Some of these series are very interesting. Now you got this Denver situation with Minnesota might end up losing that series.
Well, only because they got.
They lost their guys.
Lost a really good
Ant and Dante.
They but him being out, we're gonna see. I mean, you're right. They could come back and win this. Denver still doesn't look.
They don't look like the Denver we ran into in the finals.
No, not that one. Not even close to that thing. I don't know. They still have a really good team, but
you think the big guy's slowing too much eating?
No. I do think his game has slowed down a little bit, yes, but his numbers, look at him. Every time you turn around, he's having a little bit of a game. He's got 27 points and 18 rebounds and 10 assists. Guy's a walking triple-double.
Bam, someone said Bam is a 3, not a 2. He's a little better version of Draymond. That's not accurate.
I disagree. I disagree with that. Draymond doesn't score 20 a game. Draymond can't shoot.
Yeah, what does Draymond get, the triple single? Is that what they called it, right?
Hey.
No. And by the way, Draymond,
I don't think
the first thing I said about Bam was being not being a pain in the ass. Draymond is a massive pain in the ass.
Yeah.
So he's taking cheap shots at guys. He's always got something to say about everything.
He has got to be on the team he's on.
Yes.
Steve Kerr. And by the way, the thing we don't talk enough about is how good Steph Curry is with everybody, right? Everybody loves playing. He got Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green. He's playing in that. And those guys, they'll do anything for him. You could tell. They love playing with him.
One more before we get to Dave here, Joe. This guy says, so would you trade Bam and some picks for Giannis, or the Heat that much better?
I just trust Bam. No, I keep Bam. Not doing it.
Okay.
Bam's not in the deal. I'm with Riley on this. Plays hard. I know, and by the way, I know he's not 25.
And if teams say no, then what do? You start handing out contracts to the guys that are there?
No, I'm not, actually. Even though there is a lot of money to be had out there in the new world of the NBA, no. I'm not. By the way, I would be disappointed in the Heat if they somehow come back with the same group and they try to sell us on growth and culture and the off-season workouts.
There's only a few big names out there, though.
That one only goes so far. And by the way, as far as that goes, there's a few guys that are banged up all the time that were great players that I'm saying no to. I don't want them. There's a guy that plays right now for the Clippers that I am not interested in having. And he's got nights where he is still a top 10 player.
Kawhi?
Yeah, I'm not a Kawhi guy.
Is he still in the league?
Yeah. Still puts up big games. You know that. You say that when you say that he's still in the league. Is that you're joking, right?
No, I know he played well in the finals 10 years ago. I didn't know he was still in the league.
Nah, he still has some really good games. Not every night, but he has. I think that bone on bone is probably making it a little more difficult for him. Hey, let's talk about something else besides your bad sarcasm again this morning. I want to talk to you about the hurricane season right around the corner, man. You can protect your home with Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing. They got some great deals for you to help you out. Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing provides 100% financing and zero down, no interest, no payments for 1 year. Boy, if you need roofing materials, tile, shingle, metal flat, they do it all. But that's not all. You can get repairs 24/7, roof repairs. Call anytime. They'll be there. Impact Windows, as low as $6 per month per window installed. You don't have to wait for the next storm. They cover all of South Florida. They take care of all the permits and HOA approvals. They're licensed and insured contractor. Listen, anything you need, you can call them. They're ready to go. Official Dolphins window and doors partner. I want to let you know this about Loctite too, man. You're going to, when you call them 954-500-LOCK, they got a staff to help you. I'm not big on that Loctite.com. They have their website, LoctiteImpact.com. I like to call just like you, 954-500-LOCK. They got a great staff ready to help you get the whole process started with Loctite Impact windows, doors, and roofing.
WQAM broadcasting live from the Ed Moore Sawgrass
as I had in that press conference on the imagination, period. You know, I want another parade down Biscayne Boulevard. It may come, it may not, whatever. But it's always been my desire is to win big.
Heat President Pat Riley there. It's time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood Hotline Shop. Over 2,000 Toyotas on sale, one location. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com, Joe.
All right, Woody. Well, I got to be honest before we start this. I love him ripping Jimmy Butler a lot more last year. I truly enjoyed that. Not Jimmy Butler's biggest fan, but he wasn't bad yesterday. 81-year-old Pat Riley still getting after pretty good, and I know a guy that's a big Pat Riley fan. Dave Hyde from the Sun Sentinel joins us this morning. Dave, I like the message. Again, yesterday, I thought he was pretty honest. What'd you think?
I thought it was vintage Pat Riley. I don't know where did this idea that he was going to resign or retire. I guess it's an annual thing, but it's picking up steam now. I guess because he's 81.
Yeah, you're 81, Pat. Come on, Dave. You're 81. They're going to ask you, especially when your team is a 10 seed.
Yeah, he gets asked every year, but it seemed to be like people actually expected it this year. Whereas to me, the question it wasn't that. It is, can the Heat put together a deal like he's done throughout his time here? Can they do it again? Because the NBA, we know it's a tankers league. Look at the two best teams are tanked their way to the top, San Antonio and Oklahoma City. You got another third to a quarter of the league tanking to try to get their picks. The Heat are the outlier now. They're the team trying to be smart and put together a deal. And the question becomes, can they do it? Really, can they get Giannis? That's really the question this offseason.
Yeah, I don't disagree. So we just had this discussion too. I'm with Pat. I'm keeping Bam with everything. Whoever you're trying to get, I think Bam. Who to me, like a Giannis to have Bam playing next to him. I think he'd even be better. I don't want to get rid of Bam either in any kind of trade. Are you with me?
Yeah, if you're not going to tank, you don't trade Bam. If you're going to try to get Giannis, you need Bam. Bam's your ally. That's why Giannis was coming here. He's not. You get rid of Bam, and why would any star come here? You look at the rest of the roster, and it's just guys. So you need him to be sort of not that he's Dwayne Wade, obviously, but somebody here that people would come and get to play with. And Bam, you know, the market for Bam in a trade would be astronomical because he'd be the exact, you know, number two guy that would throw a lot of these teams over the top right now.
Hey, Dave, we got other stuff with Pat to get into here. Surprised, and what was your take when he said, hey, my role with Mickey and Nick Harrison, I don't have final say. Matter of fact, I never had it. Do you agree with that? What do you mean by that? Help me out.
Yeah, because through the years he's come through and expressed, just like you could see yesterday, he expressed some dissatisfaction that Khalil Ware didn't play more. You've heard, if you've read through the lines, he's expressed dissatisfaction that Nicky says wouldn't spend money at times, and they wouldn't be a, you know, over the cap team, the luxury, going to the luxury, and so I mean, I do agree. Look, Pat has say, but also the Heat has changed in his 31 years. Just look at who he's, you know, hired. Spoelstra in 2008 was a rookie coach. Now he's a champion coach, Olympic coach, recognized as among the top in the league.
Right.
Andy Ellisberg's gone from assistant PR guy to one of the top salary guys in the league. Adam Simon running the draft. So, of course, those guys, they're all going to have bigger voices and Pat's 81. So it's not the same organization that it was 31 years ago. But yeah, I mean, look, the owner has final say, whether it's Nick, who's now the CEO, or Mickey before. Look, at any team, the owner has the final say, right?
Yeah, you know, because this popped up in, you know, with football too, but Mickey and Nick aren't going to – if Pat Riley says, hey, this is the guy we should get, and you're telling me Nick and Mick are going to go, nah, Pat, we like the other guy better. I don't think they feel that comfortable to do that.
In that regard, I agree in that regard. They're not going to – now, Nick evidently was the only one against the I'm drawing a blank. The Charlotte guard.
Rozier. He was right. By the way, I didn't know that. If Nick was against that, he was right, Nick. Great job. We got to move you up.
Now,
that was terrible.
But I don't think, from what all I've heard, he's not getting in there saying, this guy needs more playing time, or that guy, this should be our target with the second round draft pick or anything like that. But in the big picture stuff, mainly budgetary stuff and luxury tax and all that's where he steps in.
Hey, real quickly, how I'm still not sure, even though I've known Mickey and Nick forever, known Nick since he's really young and grown up, and obviously is a huge basketball guy going back to his days of going to school at Duke. What exactly, besides owning the team, how involved are they day to day and everything? And how's this all work out with Pat? Work in with Pat.
Because when they announced Nick as the CEO, it was a Friday after 5:00, back in like 2021. And as there was a news dump, and Nick never talked. They never had he just had a press conference for their new business manager, or excuse me, the Panthers. It was the Panthers had a press conference. So that's what teams do. It is kind of odd that there's never been he's never stood before anybody, the fans, and said, "Here's my role. Here's what I'm doing." But he signs checks. I mean, he's the guy who all the money deals on both business and basketball side pass through, and he's got to approve it all. So that's his main role.
Hey, I got to say this. So it seems like every time Pat gets up there, he never says Spo's name directly. You touched on it. We got to be more committed to Bam and Kel'el Ware together. Stick with it. Even when Ware isn't playing well, we got to see it. I loved it. We've been saying it. And Eric's hard-headed with that, and some other guys, but specifically that one.
Yeah, that was sort of a telling. And basically what Riley was saying is you got to develop his game so people can see it, because we want to trade him. If we want the option to trade him, and so we need his game. Now, I got to admit, I side with Spoelstra. There were games I saw Kel'el Ware play, and he just seemed out of it. And it's like, do you just keep letting him play, and when he's obviously mentally not there, or do you pull him out and say, okay, this isn't acceptable. You got to and I got to admit, I sided with Spoelstra on that. But I get the bigger picture that you look at the analytics are such a big part of it. And you look at the analytics, and they say that the Heat were better when Ware and Bam played together.
I just think I hate when I get up in the morning. I don't watch a game, and it's late night, and I see he's got 10 or 12 minutes. I mean, it's like, friggin' play him, Spo. Well, I don't care if you hate me. Play him.
Like the final one against Charlotte.
He looked unbelievable.
You look how good he can be when he's when his whole game is there, and boy, 19 rebounds and they lost the game, but they all played. It was a great game.
Hey, all right. So something else happened, and I know you called me and said, "Hey, how bummed out is everybody in Fort Lauderdale at that draft party?" And I said, it got a little quiet when we didn't take Ruben Bain, to be honest. And then the guys from Miami called where they're having another draft party. I said, yeah, they want a Ruben, no question about it. He first draft, you got him sitting there, one of the best pass rushers, does everything right, coming off a great year, especially in the playoffs. Born and raised in Miami, and we take Caden Proctor. What was your take on it and everything that's been said about Caden Proctor and his weight and sometimes his effort and his conditioning? What do you think of the pick?
Yeah, I was surprised that it was a risk pick. John Eric Sullivan going into the draft had said and repeated, sometimes it's better to hit a double off the wall than to swing for the fences. And this seems like a swing for the fences. And look, I get why they took him, right? I mean, you go back to a year ago when all the mock drafts were coming out and people were picking Caden Proctor as the number one pick overall. So the talent is there. But again, he started last season for Alabama at 400 pounds or 390, whatever. He's overweight and out of shape. And, they lose the opener to Florida State. By October, he was down to 350 and he's a beast. Look, if that's the guy they get, the 350-pound guy, not just this year, but for the next 5-6 years, then is a great pick. But yeah, it was a swing for the fence. It looked like, and Ruben Bain would have been the safe pick, I think. So you look at things we learned in the draft about this new management team. There is some risk factor they're taking into everything. So, look, we through the years we've compared guys they could have taken and missed on. A lot of them are quarterbacks. Gatua or Justin Herbert or Matt Ryan or Jake Long. Or
right.
You go to.
That's right.
This is one we'll look back on: Ruben Bain or Caden Proctor. But I tell you what, if he's there and they play him at left guard this year, they will have the biggest left side of the line in the history of the NFL. So between him and Patrick Paul.
Well, he talked about wanting to have a physical team, and it's going to be an interesting one. I'll give you one to watch from the end of minicamp when he huddles them up. All right, guys, you got 6 weeks off now before we come back to camp. Make smart decisions. Take care of yourself. Stay in shape. What will Caden Proctor come back after now having that signing bonus, not to mention the money he's made at Alabama hasn't exactly been chump change, to what is he going to look like when first day of camp when the rookies come back? I'm really curious about that.
Yeah, Nick Saban had the interesting, he knew him, he recruited him. And, he said he isn't a self-starter, but you get him in the building and everything's fine. The question is when he's not in the building, as you said. And look, there's going to be a spotlight on him this year, especially if he can't come in ready to go this year, then there's big trouble.
You know what? I know Larry and Drew that do head of security, and I think it'd be really great if those guys had to spend all off season babysitting our number one pick. And they have to rotate. Sure. And I hope they're both listening right now going, F you, Joe. F you, dude. You do it. No.
I think the Dolphins might hire a chef to follow them around this summer and make sure everything's in order.
A lot of salads, David. A lot of salads, my man, for sure. Hey, Dave, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, there's two things, man. There's a first-round pick, and there's Pat Riley trying to figure out how to get this thing flipped around a little bit. Thank you, buddy.
No playoffs. Those are our playoff questions right now. That's it. That's what we're going to be doing this spring. So,
that's it. David, thank you. Appreciate it. Dave Hyde from the Sun Sentinel joining us this morning to talk a little bit about the Dolphins and Pat Riley and how to fix this and get Giannis here. I think we all want Giannis. I hope you do. Hey, Marlins fans, guess what? The Marlins got 3 games with the Dodgers. Tough one. Had it last night. Had the game, man. Had it. Give up 3 in the bottom of the ninth. But, hey, they're going to be home for a 9-game homestand. Phillies, Orioles, Nationals. And with that, they got some great promotions going on for you to really, really enjoy yourself. Some great matchups. And a real fan favorite has become the Star Wars night and the Barbie game day. Yeah, we got a couple of those going to be coming up that I want you to check out. Seriously, it's great. Plus Mother's Day's on Sunday, the 10th, featuring a pregame brunch and a free Marlins clutch for the first 5,000 moms at the ballpark. So if you got a mom that really likes baseball, this is a great one. Don't miss any of the fun. Get your tickets at marlins.com/tickets. A lot of great promotions going on this homestand for the 9 games, whether it's Phillies, Orioles, or Nationals. Hey, we'll catch you at a Marlins ball If it's going down, you know we on it. If
if it's going down, you know. sitting along the Dolphin Expressway eastbound.
All right, before we get to the headlines here, I want to let you know the Marlins are hosting Nurse Appreciation Night on Friday, May 8th. When the Nationals come to town, we will have a 4-pack of tickets that you can win. We will give those away at some point here during the show. So just be listening for the cue to call. Let you know. We'll get you a 4-pack of Marlins tickets there, and we'll get you a weather report brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping homeowners stay safe this storm season. Visit tornadoroofing.com for a free roof and window estimate. And Joe, looks like no rain in the forecast today, so you can get your match in with no issues.
No match. I think just got to work on some different parts of my older crappy game that's getting worse every day. You can't move. It's just
everyone's got to work on things, and that brings us
to work on things on and off the court. Yes,
brings us to Mike Vrabel, who apparently was back at the Patriots facility on Monday. Joe, he had his counseling, and that was that.
I think he went to Utah for a couple of days.
Quick little stint.
They got a place outside of Salt Lake City there. I think they
is that where he did his counseling?
I think spent a little time with a family. I don't know what he's doing.
Adults only resort.
Boy, everybody wants to know how this is going to end. Huh?
Yeah,
it's like in the middle of this car wreck, or we like say train wreck, and everybody's trying to figure out, because now everybody wants to know if the husband and wife are going to stay around from each one of these two.
All right, we go to golf.
I don't care
here,
personally.
Yeah, I know you
I truly don't care.
All right, and looks like Live Golf is going to postpone their New Orleans stop, which is coming up in June. Apparently, hundreds of people were very upset about this because they won't be able to watch this.
You're such a bad guy.
Well, what a great product. I'm sure that is. Shame we'll never see it, Joe.
They're in denial that the money's getting cut off.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Pretty soon, everybody's going to have to take their shorts off and play 4 days of golf and not 3 days of golf. And
yep.
And the team stuff drives people nuts, too. The team golf at the end for another. You got millions of dollars in all these tournaments for you don't play well, but your team does, and you pick up a big fat check.
No, I really haven't seen one of those events. I know they have concerts and such, but
no, it's they try to turn into a party. They have not done very well in this country. They've done well in other places.
Oh, that's nice. Anyway, Joe, we go to the NBA here. Cooper Flagg beating out Con Knippel for the Rookie of the Year award.
I thought that would happen.
Yeah, we were talking about it back here, and Cooper
Which guy
Flagg
would you want to start with your team? Exactly.
Yes, but the other guy might have been more deserving.
Yeah,
on a better team, probably played better. But anyway, there's your Rookie of the Year. Speaking of guy who's not going to be Rookie of the Year, see this video come out with Diego Pavia throwing money at strippers a week before the draft?
He really is trying to be Johnny Manziel. I thought somebody said that. I thought he was joking.
Yeah, no, he's like a poor man's Johnny Manziel here. But yeah, this is very strange stuff from this kid.
He is either headed to I think he's headed to Canadian football. He's got Canadian football
or UFL. I think is maybe
or UFL maybe. It's
a recognizable name.
He's gonna have to figure things out here a little bit, but I don't know if he will. He's a guy that is probably never going to get it.
He apparently pissed people off. He put an F all the voters post up for the Heisman thing.
Yeah, no, that started it.
Yeah, no, very deserving of the Heisman.
He had a great year. In college football, but
yeah, just not as good as the guy who won.
No,
in fairness to him, but
he went undefeated too. Guy went undefeated the whole way through.
All right, Joe. I showed you this video here. We had another incident with a grown-up fan taking a ball away from a
you just showed it to me.
A young girl here at this was at what do you call them? The Guardians, the Indians, the Guardians.
I'm still getting used to that. That's the hardest of the names to remember, the Guardians. I don't know why. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, doesn't have a good ring to it.
I still say Washington Redskins, and they're not the Redskins.
I know. We get fined every time you do it.
All right.
Anyway, so the guy is standing out there, larger guy, fair. Standing out there in the outfield, he tries to make the play on the home run ball. I mean, he's got it. It basically hits him in the chest.
Yeah.
And he drops it. It rolls over to a young girl who's trying to pick it up. The guy lunges onto the ground, rips it away from her.
Yeah.
Holds it up like, he thinks people, I don't know, maybe he thought people were going to cheer for him or something. And it did not go over very well. So the girl goes back to her seat. She's crying. The Rays reporter comes over. They were playing the Rays that night and hands a couple of balls to her and the brother. And so it looked like it was a decent ending to the story. Apparently the little brother went over to the guy and tried to get the ball and did not have any luck. I think he was bullied into giving them the ball much later in the game.
Yeah. Oh,
but the damage is already done.
I'm sure they just blasted him up there.
Most people would never make it to that point in the article where it says the guy, eventually gave him the ball.
Never a good look.
No.
On a meaningless ball. It was a home run, but
if you're a grown up and you don't catch it,
and you rip the ball and you don't catch it, you drop it, you had your chance, and now it's over to a little boy or little girl, and you rip it away, you get the Ass Clown of the Month award. 100% Ass Clown. Nothing else right there. That's it, Woody. Yeah.
By the way, I know you're going to get to this later in the show, but ESPN is just running it's like one gambling problem after the next. They go from the quarterback to Damon Jones to Terry. What a mess.
What are you talking about, Woody?
This whole gambling situation here. They got the quarterback who's in trouble now. And then you got Damon Jones who's I guess pleading guilty. And then Terry Rozier, I think has more charges added.
Yeah, they got more Terry. This is not a good day for the gambling gang. No question. Not
the gambling community has been rocked from this.
I had somebody told me, hey, Terry Rozier's going to beat this. And I go, I don't think so, man. I don't think so.
Beat it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think that's going to happen. I have not been on that one. But, now you got one of the best quarterbacks in college football, this Brandon Sorsby, going to Texas Tech, but turned himself in for a little gambling addiction and making $5 million to be the quarterback there.
Yeah.
Apparently everybody's making $5 million in.
I don't know. Well,
quarterbacks.
And then if you lose, if you're a gambling addict and you lose, then you just sue DraftKings. Right?
Yeah,
you see all those guys that are suing that lost all that money.
Yeah, that's weak.
Yeah. You got to do it both ways, though, man. If you win $1 million, you got to sue also.
Well,
right? Say you're a gambling addict. Yeah. Anyway, Joe, our final one here. Speaking of addicts, a Colorado grandpa just finished the world's largest jigsaw puzzle. It had 60,000 pieces, and it took him 4 years.
Oh, my God. How about that guy getting the Patience Award? I can't do it. I can't do those things.
So puzzles, I guess, are a very young kid's game or a very old man's game because I don't know that there's much in between.
Well, I do know, I got to be careful. My mother-in-law loves puzzles.
I'm guessing she's old.
Yes, my mother-in-law, yes. My wife's mother. Yes, she's older. Yes. But she loves puzzles. And so some of the kids, some of the family, our family likes puzzles too. I just don't have the patience to do them.
Yeah, I don't. They're terrible. Kids dump all the pieces out.
I think my daughter-in-law does puzzles too.
This was a 60,000 piece puzzle. Took up his entire puzzle room. He has a puzzle room.
No shot.
And he said it took anywhere from 800 to 1,000 hours.
I'm not giving up those kind of hours for that.
Yeah, there's a lot of golf and tennis to watch. Yeah, I wouldn't want you doing a puzzle.
You're on a roll today.
Exactly.
You're on a roll, man.
So valuable.
Hey, I turned over to the Madrid Open yesterday to watch before they get to Roland Garros, only to find out Alcaraz is not playing.
Yeah, he's out for
the French Open.
The Open, right? Yeah.
I was like, why'd I turn this on? Why'd I turn this on? Why'd I do this to myself? Just for a little clay court, watching him go at it. All right. I'm going to take a second here to tell you about Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. I love talking about Michael. It's about great service, man. It's about getting you the lowest rates. It's about getting you approved quickly, no matter what kind of mortgage you're looking. First-time home buyers, he's got a great program. He's put together some great programs that he's had where it's you're going in there, very little money down, low rates, really helping you to get back in the game and not lose out on a home, first-time home that you really, really want to get. Debt consolidation, always a big one. If you need cash from HOA costs going up, insurance rising, Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage is the guy to go to help you get that money that you so desperately need. Matter of fact, we've been talking about this too, the reverse mortgage, more popular than ever. If you and your spouse are 62 or older and have your home just about paid off or real, close to it, and you're sitting there with all that equity, man, you qualify. Take advantage of it. Get the money out. Pay your bills off. Go on a nice vacation. Put some money away for retirement and get yourself ready to go. That's what it's all about. Go to Google reviews on the web, Choice Mortgage Reviews, saying a lot of great things about Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. He's been doing it for 30 years, man. The guy's got a lot of experience. The man has no life. I have to be honest, has no life. Even his wife says, you have no life, honey. I love you, but you truly have no life because you always are working 7 days a week. Call or text him 561-441-2730, 561-441-2730, MLS 166254. Rates and terms subject to change daily without notice. He's an equal housing lender.
parking is free.
With Hollywood, Tobin and Leroy, and Hot Crowder and so.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This update is brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less, the pricito. Doral Kia. Visit us at DoralKia.com. Starting with the Marlins, who fell to the Dodgers 5-4 after giving up 3 in the 9th. Game 2 of the 3-game series is tonight with the first pitch at 10:10 from Dodger Stadium. The game can be heard right here on WQAM. And to the Heat, President Pat Riley spoke to the media yesterday and said he will not be retiring or stepping aside. He said the franchise will look to build around Bam Adebayo. The Joe Rose Show continues now.
I would say it was collaborative, cohesive. Felt like we executed, and I think again, like I told you last night, I think we helped the Miami Dolphins. It was a great experience. It really was. We're very excited. I think I speak for both of us when we talk about the excitement of the players that we drafted, the culture that we're trying to build, and number one, they can play. Don't ever mistake that. We're not going to bring guys in here that we don't think can play on the field. But then when you talk about the wiring of the individuals, we feel like we accomplished what we set out to accomplish. The theme is good football players who can do different things. And as you build a roster, injuries, it's inevitable. Injuries are going to happen. So it's no different than in life, right? The more you can do, the more value you bring. And that was kind of, that's been our theme all the way through. Let's just collect as many really good football players as we can who can do a lot of different things. Throw them in the mix and good things will happen, that are also, I know you guys are tired of hearing me use the phrase wired right, but that are wired right, that love what they do and are passionate about what they do and have leadership skills and physical and mental toughness. And you're not going to go wrong that way. You can win with that mindset and win with that process. I believe that in my heart of hearts.
John Eric Sullivan there. It's time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale. One location, Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com, Joe.
All right, Woody. And a guy that's been working down here in South Florida joins us this morning. He was at the draft party down in Miami. Kyle Krabs, Locked On Fins and A to Z Sports NFL analyst. And as I say good morning to you, Kyle, I have not talked to you since we were together, and I was just curious. Starting with the first pick and the reaction, knowing that Reuben Baines was still out there, the team decides to stick with the guard tackle combination in Caden Proctor. What were your thoughts there on that first pick?
Yeah, I know that's a big time polarizing one, and being down there in Regatta Grove and right next to the campus, right? There's a lot of people that were excited about seeing him on the board on Thursday night, but I think when you look at that pick within how it fits with the entirety of what they did in that entire class. They spent 5 selections on pass catchers and skill players. They drafted 2 offensive linemen. They're obviously paying Malik Willis. So I think the tonality of Proctor as a player is an exciting kind of transition for what some of the constructive criticism has been about the Dolphins offensive line in recent years. And I'm excited to see that and where he ends up playing, whether it's in 2026 at right guard, right tackle, left guard. There's some flexibility in what those options look like. I'm excited for that. And they're going to have that kind of long-term, it's just that much more pressure, I think, on Chop Robinson when you pass on a guy like Reuben Bain, even though he's stylistically a different player, because you ended up not having the edge board fall to you until you get Trey Moore in the 4th round and then Max Llewellyn in the 7th.
Yeah. Boy, I tell you what, I thought that same thing. I looked and, Chop, they're going all in on you, my man, to be and look like a number 1 pick this year in your 3rd year. No question about it. Hey, speaking of Caden Proctor, you have any worries about the weight and the motivation or any of that stuff? Or do you think, no, they would have never drafted him if they had that concern?
I think just listening to Caden talk and knowing that he works with Duke Manyweather and O-line Masterminds, who's kind of the offensive line collective that Tehran was a big part of while he was playing down here in Miami. I think he's got a good support system around him. He certainly seems like he's wired the right way, and he's young, right? He was 20 on draft night. Right? He's going to be 21-year-old rookie,
Wow.
but 20 on draft night. So the version of him is freshman season at Alabama. The 17-year-old version of him is a player. If that's what Nick Saban was based on, I'm sure you heard the comment that
by the
Saban
way,
made
good
about
point.
being a self-starter or not. Like, I'm not too worried about it personally.
Yeah, that's a great point, by the way. Nick had him his freshman year, and listen, coming in and, jumped his weight up, whatever happened, to damn near 400 pounds. And but anyway, I thought it was an interesting one. You see him probably being a guard to start, or you're not, so you think there's a chance right away he starts a right tackle?
Yeah, it's really interesting, right? Because you had Austin Jackson take the adjusted contract, and he put some incentive money for playing time. But Austin's played guard in his career, and do you want to take Proctor and kick him inside, thinking that he's going to be a long-term tackle, or do you want to just kick him out to tackle and take Austin, who's in a contract year, who has had some struggles with durability the last few years, and play him inside? It's a really interesting kind of collection of non-Pat Paul and Aaron Brewer guys on this unit that you can make an argument for Jonas Savaianaya to be the left guard because he played there last year, but you could also make an argument that he could be the right guard because he played predominantly on the right side in college, and Proctor be right tackle because maybe that's the long-term fit, but maybe also left guard because he was a left side of the offensive line player in college. Austin Jackson with that flexibility. So I'm really eager to see how much they're willing to kind of move those guys around early before hopefully settling into spots once we get into training camp, so there's not too much cross-training happening with guys that kind of got to settle in.
Hey, Kyle, I'm going to pass on Chris Johnson because I think everybody really liked him as most people. Everybody said nice things about how good he's going to be and how good he is, and he'll obviously step up in competition at this level. But let's go to the third pick, their first one in the second day in the second round, Jacob Rodriguez. So how does this work with Dotson already there and Jordan Brooks?
Well, when you sit here and preach and talk about a culture of competition, and then you take a top 50 pick and spend it on a spot where you got in two incumbent starters, one of which was an All-Pro last year, I think you're kind of walking the walk in that regards, right? So I think between Rodriguez, between Kyle Lewis, who they took in the fourth round, that's a couple of really dynamic athletes who can play on the second level of your defense. So I think Tyrell is probably better served as like a downhill run support style player. How much of what they set as their entire identity defensively and with that second level, what's more important, right? Do those guys end up getting into a platoon with them being rookies? Does Rodriguez come in and jump it right from the start and take the spot? That's going to be a really interesting competitive battle because you've now got legit four guys that I think have arguments for sizable roles on your second level, and one of them is a full-time player in Jordan Brooks.
The biggest reach I hear from everybody, and I know you hear a lot of the same stuff, has been their next pick, Caleb Douglas. It seemed like it caught a lot of people by surprise that they took the 6'4" wide receiver, put up nice numbers. What's your take on knowing a little bit about Caleb Douglas?
Yeah, it was somebody for me was not near the top of what I thought, even within that archetype of receiver, like the taller vertical receivers. That's what he is. I think that's what he's going to shine at best when he first gets into the league. So from a consensus draft perspective, there's some other receivers that you're curious what they felt, but when you go Caleb Douglas as compared to, just one example would be like Ted Hurst from Georgia State, who went like 10 picks later. So when I found out and looked for the athletic profile, and the closest physical comparison from an athletic profile and testing perspective to Caleb Douglas was Marquez Valdes-Scantling, who was a Packers pick and was a big-bodied, vertical-playing receiver. I'm like, oh, okay, like I'm sure that maybe there's some flashes there that they see as far as a role that's maybe not a high-volume player, but they've said they want to run the ball, and then they've said they want to hunt explosives off of that. And a big-bodied, vertical-playing guy, if they felt like he was their best option for that kind of role, we'll find out. And Caleb's going to get a chance to kind of come in and establish his own reputation early on. And that's one that I'm very interested to see how it plays out, just because of how far off the consensus it was for that kind of receiver. I think it's a good first litmus test for Sullivan and Hafley in this group for how they assessed a player that they kind of went to bat for.
Your take on Will Kaczmarek, the tight end out of Ohio State. Great blocking tight end. He's a huge guy, 265-pound guy. How good a receiver can he be, and does he come in and start for you? When I say start, going to be playing a lot right off the bat.
And he might be my second favorite Dolphins tight end of all time behind Joe Rose.
Plus he can block, and he's a lot bigger. I like that.
He is a bulldozer in the run game, and he's a awesome inline player as a blocker. Now, the receiving profile, he was at Ohio before Ohio State. When he was at Ohio, he was a pretty modest pass catcher. He's not going to be like a run away from man coverage kind of guy, but a guy that finds spaces underneath and has good hands and can make tough catches and is going to fall forward when he gets tackled because he's a really physical player. I think the league's evaluation of that kind of receiving profile at tight end you can find some guys with size that can do that and be reliable players with good hands. But the fact that he has the blocking element to go with it, I'm really excited to see how quickly he can come in. And the other player that's the inline player right now is Ben Sims. And I would not at all be surprised if Kaczmarek came in and immediately kind of sees that wide tight end role in the offense.
Yeah. And then the next guy's an interesting one. We saw Chris Bell up close at Louisville. He had a hell of a game against University of Miami. Really, really good game. ACL, do they have any idea if they said anything when he might be ready to go at 100%? He won't be ready for the start of the season, or you think he will?
It's hard for me to say. It sounds like they expect him to play at some point this season. And Chris said that his rehab was going really well. He's already up. He's like 4.5 months out from the surgery, and he's up on the treadmill, and he's hitting 17, 18 miles per hour, something like that with his running. So obviously there's a three-dimensional element of that is going to start getting introduced as he continues to heal up. But I would expect we'll see Chris Bell at least some point this season. The question is how close to the version of himself that Canes fans saw when Louisville came to town. We might not see that version of him until a little bit later into the rookie season, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't miss like a large chunk of the year, personally.
They got a lot of guys in that last 6 or 7 picks. Honestly, I didn't know much about. I'm guessing I saw Kyle Lewis play, and I saw everybody raving about him out of Pitt, just how good a coverage guy is against running backs and tight ends. So I'm thinking right away that's been a knock on our linebackers already. Yep. That he's going to be able to really come in and upgrade that. It's going to help immensely on special teams. But talk about any of those other guys you might like that have a chance to help you.
Yeah, I think Trey Moore, the pick that was before Kyle Lewis, I think he went at 130. He's a really interesting player just because he was a really productive pass rusher at UTSA. And he's got good explosiveness. He jumped like 36.5, 37 in the vert. He ran in the 4.6s. So he's got some twitch to him, but he's a little undersized. He doesn't have a lot of length, but he's well-schooled as far as having pass rush counters and having a pass rush plan. And then this past year at Texas, he actually spent a little bit of time off the ball. So he's a guy that's, if Kyle Lewis is the linebacker safety nickel hybrid type player, then Trey Moore has a chance to come in, and if things go well, to be like your edge defender, stack linebacker hybrid player for when you want to kind of confuse opposing protection schemes and quarterbacks, and where are they going to turn the center based off your front, and then that guy drops out and you bring somebody from the weak side, so you get 3-on-2 on the backside of a protection call. Like, I think Trey Moore has a chance to be that kind of player who's comfortable enough playing in space while also having a pass rush presence to be a valuable tool when you want to go multiple fronts and play games with opposing offenses.
They couldn't get everything, and I tried to explain it. Listen, they couldn't get high quality at everything. They just couldn't, and I know they pretty much spread it around a little bit. But as you look at this thing right now, what position going into the season, if this is pretty much, and I know they're going to add some more guys, what would be your biggest concern of position if we were to start the season right now? Which would it be? Would it be a pass rusher, wide receiver? Are you worried about cover corners that we don't have enough? Where would it be for you?
It'd probably be safety, to be honest with you. And that depends on how much they play Kyle Lewis at safety. But, Jeff Hafley said he may play some safety, but, predominantly nickel and linebacker, second level player. But they draft Michael Tapp in the 5th round, and he's an awesome story. And from a walk-on at Texas, was a big-time special teams guy, eventually works his way into a starting role, gets a bunch of accolades, gets drafted in the 5th round. But that was like the prominent investment. And Coach Hafley said earlier this offseason, the safeties are kind of where he calls the game through to kind of play games with opposing quarterbacks from the back end. And he needs those guys to have great instincts and great communication skills. And all of those things kind of had me anticipating and thinking that they would draft one relatively early. And they didn't. So it's Trader, Lonnie Johnson, Zane Anderson. They brought in Omar Brown, Michael Taff. That group for me, I just kind of look at it and wonder if there's not an opportunity to add somebody with some starting experience to kind of bolster and stabilize the back end a little bit.
Yeah, we haven't talked. We did a lot of that last year, and that there's probably going to be a little bit more of that on the cheap coming here, right? After some guys realize there might not be this might be the best opportunity for them to get their value back up. So I'm with you on that one to see what happens. Kyle, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. It was great having you down here too, man, and spending time with you. I really appreciate it. Thank you, buddy.
Absolutely, Joe. I appreciate everything you do. It's great talking with you, and look forward to talking a little bit more offline about this draft class.
Yeah, you got it. Kyle Krabs, Locked On Fins, an A to Z Sports NFL analyst, and just a really, really good guy to talk to, especially just loves this Dolphin stuff and on top of the NFL like nobody's business. All right, I got to tell you about a couple of guys that I know a thing or two about. I haven't had to use them, but if I do get injured in an automobile accident or if I slip and fall and it's not my fault, I know where I'm going. I'm going to Harvey Cohen and Gary Judah. Yeah, the partners of Cohen and Judah Injury Law Firm, personal injury attorneys that are ready to take care of you from start to finish, man. Yeah, no handoffs. Handoffs are for what we're talking about, football. Football handoffs, quarterback to running back handoffs. They don't do that. A lot of law firms do that. A lot of law firms that have a lot of ownership that's on the building, their names are on it. They don't. They just do the ads. They don't really try and get involved in the cases. Now, they do handoffs to other attorneys that work there, and sometimes their people skills and their abilities aren't what you should expect. And if they're not, and they're not getting back to you, see, they think Harvey Cohen and Gary Judah, they think communication is very, very important. They'll give you updates on how everything's going, how they think it's going to be, how are you feeling, all the things that you really appreciate out of a law firm. And you want to know who's representing you. You want to know that they're all in on it. Boy, I'll tell you what, Harvey Cohen and Gary Judah are all in on you. Big enough to go to trial and get you multi-million-dollar results, small enough just to call you back. 30 years of experience each. Hey, go to ConanJudah.com. Read the reviews. Partners who you can always get a hold of that are going to go all in on you. Let's call it a blitz the way they go, and they're going to try to help you get as much money as possible. And go to ConanJudah.com, or you can call 866-FAIR-FEE. Remember this, though. They don't pay other lawyers to do the work you hire them to do.
right lane blocked. Multiple views.
This morning. And this is right up your alley here. So we want to give a shout out to the Florida 55 and over champions, the 4-0 from Miami-Dade Coral Pine Tennis Center in Pinecrest. The captain there is George Rodriguez. So congratulations to those guys there. They are headed to the Nationals in Mobile, Alabama in November.
That must be a good team.
They beat 43 other teams in the state of Florida.
That's good. Strong. Our 4-0s are pretty strong where I am, but yeah, that's good stuff. Congratulations and good luck with everything.
Yeah, congratulations.
By the way, 4-0 players are good. 4-0, not college players, but 4-0 is good tennis. Good tennis. It's not that bloop junk stuff you're throwing in for serves.
You thinking what I'm thinking, though?
No, what? I'm afraid what you're thinking.
No, I'm saying maybe, if there's an injury or something, I know a guy who could jump in.
I'll be honest with you.
What do you think, man?
This crushes my ego to tell you I don't think I'm a 4-0.
Really? Well, how do you raise your ranking? You just keep playing Ira? Sorry, Ira.
You're such an idiot.
Does that raise your ranking, though? The more you beat him, do you have to report that to someone?
First of all, I don't play in tournaments. You got to play in tournaments to get a ranking. So, but you got a pretty good idea. All the guys, some guys exaggerate a little bit or go, I'm better than that, but your style of play. But I know,
They already wrote back spot for next year if you want.
Yeah. Well, I'm way over 55. Does that matter?
No, I think it's just anyone over.
Oh, over 55.
Yeah,
I said I'm way over 55.
What in between?
Yeah, I see 55-year-olds now, and
I
I go, man, you look great. Man, you're young, and I'm not that young. All right, man. Good luck to you, man. Good luck to you. It's great stuff. Great stuff.
You're in, right? I mean, you're in.
No, it's too far down south, but I appreciate the offer.
Yeah, but I'm sure they could arrange transportation for you. A lot of the players live in Broward.
You don't know anything.
I know that a lot of players live in Broward.
Yap. No, this is where you just start yapping and you don't know. We got tennis clubs, clay tennis clubs, really good ones all over. Obviously, Palm Beach got some great ones.
Mm-hmm.
Dade Broward also has a lot of great courts. A lot of great courts, a lot of great clubs. I seen with our ladies. Our ladies are out there playing their different groups come in there and with different rankings and
average is 60 years old on the team. Jose, you're perfect. You could do this, man.
I feel a lot better. At 60
you need to get in
than
shape a little bit.
Now. I am in
a little conditioning.
Good shape. I thought I was in shape till I played my 40-year-old son. That didn't go so well.
We got to get you a sponsor too. You can't be mixing all your different gear. So we'll get you a sponsor.
Nobody cares. Only you care whether I have Nike and Adidas.
We got to get you a racket sponsor in case you smash a racket.
I don't smash them. What
kind of racket are you using these days? A Wilson?
I just want to listen to you trying to act
a
like
head?
You know stuff.
What about a head racket?
No, put a head on your head. That's what I like.
Bobble-lot?
I
know the tennis.
What are you looking them up?
I know them. I'm a tennis guy.
Get out of here, man. You don't know.
What's the other one? Yonex? Isn't that one?
I don't know, Woody. I truly don't.
Well, they all make paddles now for pickleball too.
Oh, yeah.
They're smart. Trending in that direction.
Is there anything else you want to add to this conversation? You did your shout out. It was real nice.
No, but if this gentleman would be kind enough to send over the contract, is it a contract that we need to have you sign?
No. What's wrong with you?
We're going to lock you down.
If you're going to talk
or why don't you build a team in Broward and challenge them? You, Poupart, whoever else you play with over there, Ira. You guys could build the Broward, the all Broward team. Take these guys on.
The old media team. Old media team.
There you go.
You're on a roll today, man. Is there anything else you want to add? You just keep going.
No, that's it. You're rambling away here.
Yeah, no, you're just classic today, man. I'm just letting you go.
We do, by the way. Someone asked if we did the Marlins ticket giveaway. We did not yet, so we'll do that at some point.
Well, let's
whenever you are ready.
You want to jump on it now? You want to do a 9 o'clock hour? What are you thinking?
Sure.
Got those 4 tickets to give away.
We could do that right now if you like. Yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
Marlins May 8th, and it is Nurse Appreciation Night.
I always appreciate the nurses.
Always appreciate the nurse.
You get a good nurse. Nothing like a good nurse. Carla tweeting, I love you. That's my sister-in-law.
Good shout out there. All right, 305-567-0560.
Been a nurse for a long time.
5.
Long time. She's really good. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, be great. All right, man. So
you want to give her the tickets, or should we still do caller number 5?
No. You shouldn't need tickets. She's fine.
May 8th, Nurse Appreciation Night at Marlins Park.
4 tickets.
Lone Depot Park, and there you
good
go.
Stuff.
We just got to find a way to close out those games.
Oh
late.
man,
right.
Get one from the Dodgers, who, by the way, have been beating up the Marlins pretty good. But man, had a nice little 4-2 lead in the 9th inning. Liam Hicks had just hit a 3-run homer earlier. By the way, he's having a great year. Liam Hicks. Wow, where did this come from? He now has 27 RBIs on the season and hit his 6th home run last night. So he's off to a great start. And but the Dodgers did Dodger things last night. 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th. And that would be it. Speaking of baseball, we brought this up earlier today, and I'm not hating on this, and I'm not trying to get any of you going, and and it gets personal, because earlier it got a little personal, and I really don't want it to get like that. So we got the Florida high school baseball playoffs going on right now, and apparently West Nassau was playing against Sewanee High School, and they had a playoff game. And so it happened to be the same night that the high school was having their prom. So some of the baseball players had to make a decision whether to go to the prom or play the playoff game, because they said, we will not change the time and location of the baseball game. So 3 or 4 of the best players decided to go to the prom with their dates, which had been planned, they said, almost a year out for the date and the time and the place and everything else. So anyway, they lose their best pitcher. By the way, they put the guy's name in the article. Fisher Bennett, an ERA under 1, is having a great year. Had a great year this year. And so they go out without 3, 4, 5 of their best players, seniors, decide to skip it, and they play 5 innings and lose 12-1 because they have the 10-run rule. So they end up losing, get their ass kicked, and so this stirred it up pretty good, because a lot of people like me are going to say, dude, screw going to that dance. Your ass needs to play. You're playing in the playoffs, man. If it was a regular season game, you go with your girl and go to the dance. But you don't do this for the playoffs. Are you kidding? So anyway, they're out now. So now the other guys might as well have jumped in and gone too, because it's over. Ended up being very interesting. Saw the comments back and forth on it, like, oh, they did the right thing. They should have changed the game. Well, they wouldn't change it.
Well, it's pretty outrageous they wouldn't change the game. That to me is like very frustrating. Right?
So what do you do, Woody? You got to go one way or the other. Now, in your case, you were dating the same girl you married, right? No, I'm not a shot. Don't take it as a shot. I'm asking you. Just answer.
I'm not saying for me personally.
I'm asking your situation.
Would I go to the prom, are you asking?
Yeah.
Well, the problem is with these kids, like, I don't know what was on the line for them. You know what I mean? Like,
a lot of these guys probably played their last high school baseball game.
That's true.
Maybe a couple.
The guy's got a low ERA. Maybe he's going to play college. Maybe he didn't care.
But that's the guy that should care the most. He let all those guys down.
I don't know. Is this like an American Pie situation where
it's not.
Prom night is like,
do me a favor.
The big night?
You don't have to bring a movie up.
No, but is prom night their night?
Try to do a sporting event without bringing up a movie, and let's talk reality here.
I am talking reality. Is prom night the big night for these guys?
I'm guessing
something promised to them.
I'm guessing guys had something else. If they go with their dates, they probably already happened before the big night.
Then you're
of
making an
everybody being
assumption,
dressed
though.
up. Yes,
That's
I'm guessing it's.
I think you
happened
need to know
before.
the full situation.
The only one it didn't happen for was me. Okay, didn't happen for me.
Yeah.
Nobody said, "Hey, it's been such a great night. I'd like to make love to you." I never had that happen in high school.
Did you ask anyone at the prom?
No, not my last year.
No. Well, you got to ask.
Ah, shy.
It's the worst they could say. Hell no.
Shy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the Pickens didn't look as good, and I just said, I'm not doing this. It wasn't or a couple girls are just girls I grew up with, and I just didn't want to go in that situation. Because, when you're from a small town, you go through school like from kindergarten, you go to the same school all the way through. I mean, I literally went to school with a lot of the same kids at like 5 years old. So I'm 16, 17, 18. I wasn't exactly going, hey, you've really developed and you're beautiful, but like you know them, they're your neighbors. They live in, I only had 10,000 people in my hometown.
Yeah.
Wasn't a huge area. I'm making excuses why nothing happened. And
wonder if the kid could have gotten the start, throwing like 5 or 6 innings, a shutout ball, and then just made his way over.
That'd have been
right.
A nice story.
Somebody's 404 here. I'm not sure what area code that is. Go to the prom. It's your high school prom. They probably already played a bunch of baseball and might continue in the future. You only get one prom. I don't remember my senior prom.
Me neither.
I don't even know if I went.
I remember I didn't go. That's all I remember.
I don't remember if I went.
I think I had my mother giving me a hard time, really giving me a hard time. Like, you don't want to go with somebody you've been. I know. I don't.
You just stayed at home?
I probably did. I don't remember what I did. It was
you watched golf
9,000 years ago. Yeah. I watched tennis now. You're such an ass clown. Hey, you're riffing me.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Mom. So what do you think I watched yesterday during the day? I had a little free time. You think I
already
went golf
told me you were
channel
watching
or tennis channel?
the lead up to the French Open,
I
whatever
did.
tournament that is.
I did. It was it's the Madrid Open right now.
Yeah. Now you're getting recruited. Join a pro team.
Huh?
You're getting recruited to join a pro team. These guys want you to play.
I don't think I'm a 4-0. I don't think I'm good enough to play with them. You
sound like Tua talking about Josh Allen. Come on, man. Have a little confidence.
What? I don't know if you're on something today. You are very funny. You are very funny.
No,
today.
But seriously, have a little confidence. You're
what
like,
do you mean, my
I
confidence?
don't
Don't worry
know if
about
I'm
my
a 4-0.
Don't worry about my friggin' confidence.
I've seen you play. You're a good player.
Can they hit the ball to me so I don't have to run too much? I get gassed I didn't realize my son the other day, he just ran me all over the place. And
yeah.
He knew I was gas. He said, I knew you're going to get gas. And he's hitting drop shots.
He's 30 years younger than you.
Yeah, friggin' exactly. He didn't care. He plays to.
These guys are all 60.
He plays to win. All right. Maybe I'll take him up on a game sometime.
All right, so no go on the pro. You're playing in the game for sure.
The what?
Right? You're playing in the game. No prom.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Not even close. Over what?
Texter said he went to 2 proms.
Okay.
Well, there is a junior prom and a senior prom, is there not?
No, senior ball and junior prom when I was going to school. Senior ball, junior prom, and then the other one. The what was the other one called? The Sadie's Hawkins, whatever the hell it was.
I don't think we had that.
And the girl would ask you. That was a little tough because I did have to go to that. That's the last one I went to, actually.
Mm-hmm.
The girl asked me, and I just said yes, and then I couldn't get out of it.
I picture your dances like the scene from like Back to the Future. There's like a band on the stage.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
There was.
305 says Tua can't see over the net.
You guys,
nice. Not
you know
very
what?
Nice.
I really wish you guys would stop taking shots at Tua. I'd really appreciate it. I don't like it. It's not fair. It's mean-spirited. Hey, we got to go to something that's really good right now. Baptist Health, South Florida. All the gang over there, man, thank you so much for putting together truly one of the best sports medicine programs in the country. And I'm not making that up. That's a fact. Baptist Health South Florida has put together an all-star lineup of specialists, doctors, and facilities. You put them all together, and you're taking care of Inter Miami, the Heat, the Panthers, and the Miami Dolphins, high school, college, and professional athletes, not just here in South Florida, but from all over the country. You are in business. And boy, do they ever. When you put together specialists, we got 7 or 8 doctors for the knee, and I mean anything you've ever done. I'm talking about destroying your knee. It doesn't matter. Some of the success stories in the past 12 months that our doctors have done on shredded knees, and I'm not going to say you could probably figure them out. I haven't been given you know what? I never got the green light to say I could say their names. Everything's top secret, as you know, in the medical field. But shoulder, foot, and ankle specialist, hand specialist, hip and knee replacement, back specialist, Achilles specialist. I mean, these guys are good. The doctors they have put together are unbelievable with great facilities like Doctors Hospital in Coral Gables, Hard Rock Stadium next to the training facility, and 595 and Pine Island in Plantation. The pineapple's alive and well, just getting bigger and better. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho. One goal every day for all of us. Get you back out playing the sports you love the most.
WQAM.
Casino at Dania Beach.
I got to be honest here. I'm just watching NFL Network and ESPN, but this happened to be on NFL Network, but we have both on in the studio here today, most days. And they were talking about Caden Proctor, and a teammate told him how quickly he could eat this big bowl of food and how he threw it down in like 30 seconds. No, that's what they were doing. They're all making the point whether he's going to be a good thumbs up or thumbs down on Caden Proctor and how good he's going to be. Man, I hope, I really do. I have zero question if he can keep his weight down that he's going to be a really good player. I do. I'm with the team on this one. But I just hope he wants to be great. That's all, because obviously he's got the talent. Nobody's questioning the talent. We talked about this before the draft, before the year started, and everybody's doing their preseason draft of guys. He was right there at the top of any position. Caden Proctor was right there at the top. And he's got this knock, and Saban had the bad year with him where his weight. So Nick didn't help the whole situation. But he's telling the truth. I mean, it's not mad. He just came in from high school at like 400 pounds. But obviously he's super talented because he's been playing the whole time, but couldn't play. He moved to guard. He could play tackle and probably could do both here. But he did say the weight and the conditioning. All that. I just hope and everybody's going to have fun, and they're going to get former teammates to say how much he could eat. And I get it. I get it. I just hope he takes this thing real seriously and understands he's got a chance to make a lot of money. And when he's done playing, you can do whatever you want with your weight and live everything with that kind of potential at 6'7", 350, to be able to play at 350 pounds because your body is just massive. I just hope that he is a home run pick and takes this thing seriously, and we can laugh about this a year from now. I do. In less than a year from now, where he just comes in and gets better and better and better, whether he starts at guard and Austin Jackson starts at right tackle. And I hope he's motivated too, understanding, oh, hell, my job could be in trouble. I need to get rolling. But I hope this works out so that we don't have to have pieces now where former teammates at Alabama are going to come out and say, I've never seen a guy could eat so much and all that stuff. So that's all. That's the only thing I have. Anyway, we got to go to break. We've got a lot more stuff to get to. Stay with us. We'll be back for the 9 o'clock hour right after this.
If it's going down, you know we on it.
Anyway, hey, Pat Riley yesterday was just, once again, Pat, outstanding stuff, man. 81 years old. Woody brought it up, and by the way, I thought it was a fair question. It wasn't a shot, Woody. I agree. You're 81. You're going to get asked, and your team just finishes in the play-in as a 10 and loses on the road to Charlotte. There's going to be criticism for everybody, starting with talent. So Pat understands that. I think he does, but he came out and he said, hey, let me make this clear. As I told you, Woody, this would happen. No retirement, no resigning, no stepping aside. And by the way, let me take it a step further. No rebuild while I'm here. No tanking. And if they ask me to do it, that's the day I leave. Loved it.
But here's the problem with all that. If he's not able to fix it, then what happens? Then it becomes an awkward situation where it's like, all right, and Riley's been here forever, man. This is a very tough one. This is like the Bill Belichick thing. It's like the guy can't turn it around. What do you do? Like if it can't come to a point where you have to force him out.
No, that's a bad look.
That would be disastrous.
By the way, that's not a Mickey and Nick thing.
No, but
Mickey and
Nick.
Nick.
If Riley wants to go another 10 years doing this,
But these decisions, if Mickey and Nick are together a lot, father and son, right? They're out on the little cruise ship that Mickey lives on, sometimes out in the bay there. And I'm sure Nick comes out there with his beautiful wife, and they're having discussions and talking about everything. And I'm sure Pat comes up from time to time. It's human nature. Hey, what do you think about Pat? And listen, there's got to be great appreciation for what Pat Riley's done. And the value, he's helped the value of the team and everything they've done. It's been a very, very successful organization. Since he got here. And by the way, it wasn't very good before he got here. And Mickey took over until they got a couple of those bums out that were here before. Louis Chaffel. I hate to say it about a great basketball player, but the other guy didn't do much either. But anyway, Mickey came in with a game plan. Nick getting involved, I think, has been great. I think Nick Harrison, he is a basketball guy. He could be doing a lot of different things, and he just the world, I don't care about him. I care about basketball. That's my thing. And I think they share that passion together. I don't know what the breakdown is. I don't know how final say works. I really don't give a, what. But it's a great point about at what point, if this thing doesn't get turned around. And Pat said this, by the way, too, for everybody. I don't have final say. Matter of fact, I never had final say. But saying that, Pat Riley ain't staying around if he thinks he's just nothing but a face. There's no way somebody's going to sell me that Pat Riley just shows up at the games and that's all. It means nothing.
What do you make of the final say thing? Because to me, it's kind of obvious, right? That's any team. The owner would always have the guy writing the checks has the final say.
Well, this is how that goes.
Yeah, I mean,
hey, Mickey and Nick, this is the guy I like. Or they come to Pat and they go, hey, Pat, this is the guy. And he goes, yeah, this is. I think they all get on the same page. Because if Pat was really unhappy about the way things were going and he had no say-so, I don't think he'd stay around. I think his ego, God bless you, Pat, you got to have a big ego to do what you've done. That ego would never allow him to stay around if it was just basically, there he is, Pat Riley, everybody. Say hi to Pat. Hi, Pat. Now go sit down in your chair. Enjoy the game with your wife. That's not Pat Riley. He's not doing that. And I think they have way too much respect for him. He's still sharp. He's still sharp as can be. I thought maybe he slowed down a little bit. I don't know. I don't hear him, but I'm not around him. Maybe he has slowed down a little bit. I haven't seen it. Have you seen it yet, Woody? Does it look like he slowed down a little bit when he talks?
No, but it would be nice to see them have a good season and end on a high note and just kind of leave on his own terms.
You act like
I don't know.
Really,
look, I don't know that he's going to win another championship. It's hard, man. It is hard to win the championship.
I think the way they're doing it right now, it's going to be almost impossible. Yes.
So, again, it has to end some way. So, I just hope it ends in a nice way. I don't want this to become a Belichick, New England Belichick Kraft situation.
You want to hear a crazy
one?
Outside of tanking or doing a serious load management, which can help. There's a lot of ways to help tanking, by the way. I think tanking thinks you take all your stars and tell them to sit at the end of the bench and you play all the next 7, 8, 9 guys. But no, load management and all that stuff, they're not going to do that. And
No.
by the way, I love that about Pat. Pat tries to win every game.
Oh.
That's a guy that played. He wants to win every game. Like, hey, guys, we're not tanking. I'm not trying to get extra ping pong balls and one of these final 4 guys to have 4 worse records in basketball. I'm not going through that. I won't do that.
Tanking in basketball, though, in the NBA is more for poverty franchises, though, too, isn't it? Like LeBron said the other day, he goes, the only way Memphis would ever gotten me here is if they won the lottery in 2003.
True.
So that's like, if you're Memphis, I could understand why you'd want to tank and get the first pick.
Well, can you explain?
But the Heat don't need that. They don't,
Well, why don't you
the Heat will
explain?
get guys here. I mean, I still believe players want to play for that franchise.
I agree.
Right?
They all live here. Of course they want to play here.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that. Yeah. Guys like living here. First of all, now we got guys in the NFL draft going, hey, no state taxes. I love it. Yeah, that's a good place to be. Not exactly what a team wants to hear when you draft them. The first thing out of their mouth is no state taxes. Players are aware of that for sure.
I mean, if I was a player, I'd think the Heat would be top of my list as far as attractive destinations go. You got good ownership, stable franchise, a good market. Like, to me, it's a no-brainer. But I don't think tanking is a Heat type of thing. That's leave that to the Memphis and Sacramento's of the world.
Well, the other thing is it'd be nice if, but this is the problem. You're never gonna get one of those top picks unless you get really lucky 1%.
It's okay. You get them on the second contract when they want out of whatever wasteland they've been drafted to.
You see them coming here when they get in that situation?
They haven't recently. No.
Okay.
Not to say that it's, not doable, but the Heat also have been very reluctant to give up their pieces, which is a problem.
All right. So let's spend 1 second on this. I know you and I disagree. I'm keeping Bam no matter what.
Okay.
No matter what.
Even if Milwaukee says this is the only guy we want, we're not making a deal without him.
Then we have to go with
then
that.
No deal. Okay.
No.
And we'll run it back.
They know he's going somewhere.
But then you're going to have to run it back, essentially.
We need Giannis to just tell him point blank, I want to play there. I want to go to Miami. Now, make it work. Bam's not in the deal. You can have any other pieces you want on that team, but they're not getting rid of Bam. So take your choice. Almost 6th man of the year. Tyler Hero, Khalil Ware, throwing some ones, whatever you have to do. But you'd like Giannis and Bam to play together. That's just me. Not saying everybody agrees. And the other thing is, I don't know how, when we get full development of all these number ones who are still young guys, Jovic is still a young guy. I don't know. To me, he's just immature. He's mentally immature. And he has not handled, like Khalil Ware, they have not handled the way Spo plays them very well.
Well, I think you're also expecting way too much out of these guys. They're not going to be stars in the league. I mean, they could be maybe decent enough role players, but...
You think we've seen the best of both of them?
I think you saw the best of Khalil Ware in that one game. I don't know that he's capable of playing any better than that, but he was fantastic in that play.
Okay, well, he's got that potential to do that more than just once.
It's a long season.
I think Khalil Ware's still got big upside. I wish the motor would run, better all the time, but he's got that potential. He's got one thing you can't coach, that size, and the other guy I don't know about. And he's saying, oh, this is just the way it is when you play here, and you play one day and the next day you're at the end of the bench. And I finally had to go to Duncan Robinson and ask him, and he goes, yeah, they did that. And yeah, you were the poster child of that. We know you scored 20 points in a game, never got back in a game in the playoffs.
Someone asked our Spurs and Celtics poverty franchise. I don't know what the Celtics have to do with any of that, but the Spurs ended up with Wemby because they were terrible. I don't know. Who wants to go to San Antonio? That's not some destination. No one's signing with San Antonio. Maybe now because they got Wemby, but that thing was lean for a while there.
I have changed on that certain guys don't want to go to certain places because this OKC thing, remember the original three? They all wanted out of there. It's true.
But
Westbrook, Durant,
the league changed
and
the
Harden
rules,
wanted
though,
out.
too. Now you can pay your own guys a whole heck of a lot more money.
You with those guys look pretty happy in OKC. They're playing together now.
Yeah, I get it. They're good and they're winning, but you can pay your guys more. You don't think Shea would rather play in Miami than in the middle of nowhere there?
He looks happy just trying to win in OKC. Realizing in the offseason he can live anywhere he wants.
Yeah, because they pay you a whole bunch more money to stay with your team, which is a great rule, by the way. It's very smart that they did that to keep the small markets with their guys.
You're right. It was smart. But I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here, but just going with all the number one picks is great, except it's just never going to get us where we want to go. We got to pick something off here and give some of them up according to what somebody might want, not name Bam. That's all. Hey, we got to go to break. We've get into this a little bit more, but I don't know. Woody, you're on this get rid of Pat, man. I just don't. Pat's going to be around.
Oh, wait. I didn't say get rid of Pat.
That's what you're saying. That's exactly what you're saying.
That's not at all what I'm saying.
You started it yesterday. He's going to retire. Maybe today there's a good chance he retires. You said that yesterday.
I said there was a chance. Obviously, someone else thought that because they asked him.
I told you they were going to ask you, and you said they wouldn't.
I didn't think they would.
Okay. Just make sure you stay.
But no, I don't want him out. I want it to end well for him is what I want. I don't want it to get to a point where they have to force him out. That would be disastrous.
They won't do that.
Got to turn it around then.
There is no way they're going to make Pat look bad going out the door. If this thing is a
wouldn't
play-in
think they would,
situation again next year,
then what?
Well, then Pat's got to start looking in the mirror.
Okay.
He's got to do a little Michael Jackson.
And what if the mirror tells you you're doing just fine?
Then you stay another year.
Okay.
You go, hey,
right.
Biggie Nick, not yet. I'm 82 now. Not yet. I got to tell you, man, I think Pat's great. I do. I'm with Dave Hyde's his biggest fan, but I
think everyone thinks Riley's great. You're not going to get any
disagreement
disagreement on that
That's not
one.
true. There's a lot of young people that we were going through this and won them out. I don't know who you represent. You're all over the board, but I do know you love South Florida Chevy dealers.
I do. I love that Equinox.
Oh,
nice.
Man, I can't even hear you drive by me. Yeah, quiet little sucker, little EV you have there is beautiful, man. Hey, I'm always talking about the SUV family. I'm a Tahoe guy, and I can't get out of it. I can't stop. I cannot stop. I am a Tahoe man. The Suburbans got a little more space. Tahoes, I love it. And then we call it the baby Tahoe, the Traverse and the Equinox. Boy, I'll tell you what, our SUV family is on fire. Got everything you ever want. Got the great look. Got plenty of space. Let's start with that. And then let's work our way over to our trucks, man. Yeah, the old rugged Colorado to the highly capable Silverado 1500 and the powerful Silverado HD. Oh, my gosh. We got something for everybody in the whole family. Whether you need a full-time working truck, this is how you make a living. 7 days a week. You work long days to get the job done. And you need a truck. You can't do it without a big, strong, durable truck. We got it for you. How about the truck that still get the family around? Or maybe all the toys on the weekend tow around. You need that extra power for the boat and the wave runners and everything else. We got it all for you, man. Whether it's Fort Lauderdale or Miami Beach, doesn't matter. Down to the Keys or the West Coast, we got a car and a truck and an SUV absolutely perfect for you. Hey, got great deals going on. 14 dealerships throughout South Florida. We know this. If you haven't been there and you're starting to look around, remember Chevrolet. And together, let's drive. bets and be the starting quarterback at Texas Tech. It can't happen.
Got to cut those numbers down a little bit.
There is $5 million transferring from Cincinnati to Texas Tech. One of the top guys. He was a top transfer portal guy. One of them, Miami even made a run at him early. And he'd already made up his mind that he's going to Texas Tech. I just don't know how he plays. I know there's going to be a lot of stuff, and they're going to evaluate every bet that he made. I just don't know how you – I mean, college to me, because players aren't making as much money and they can make pretty good money because the amount of money gambled on college football, that's a problem. And if they don't come out and come down on him hard after he comes out of treatment, by the way, this is just a crazy story. Kind of got lost with everything else going on today.
The weird thing with the gambling stuff is as many guys have gotten punished for it, it just keeps continuing to happen.
Well,
right? Like, I mean, how much more severe can the punishments be?
There's two things. I think guys think they can get away with it.
They can't be that stupid anymore, though.
I'm telling you, Woody, I think they can get away with it.
Well, I guess that's why anyone does a crime.
And by the way, you do it with somebody who does it on your behalf. They get busted and they rat you out, as Rozier found out.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one is just the addiction of it. There is an addiction with trying to get your money back. I've worked with 3 of them here at this radio station.
Yeah.
Ran up crazy debt numbers. The general manager called me in one day. I don't want to say who it is. I know some of you are going to come out on the text machine. Guy was down $50,000, $60,000. And this bookie called the GM at the time. He goes, that's why he called me. He called me, said, I just got a call from bookie asking if I take money out of his checks. And I said, you're illegal. What are you talking about? Like, the guy wanted him to actually, the radio station, take money out to pay the guy back. He goes, no. You're not legal. What are you talking about? Yeah, it's a problem, man.
Well, now that it's legal, at least they can monitor what people are doing, but
a quarterback, how do you – that guy controls – if there's one guy that can control a game, Woody, and a point spread, it's a quarterback.
Yeah.
Right? Has one bad game. Somebody makes a lot of money.
Look, you keep making examples of the people that get caught, and eventually guys will stop, I guess. It's just weird that guys continue to think they're going to get away with these things.
Look at Pete Rose. God bless Pete Rose. Pete Rose couldn't stop gambling. He went through all that stuff. He's still out in Vegas. He's gambling. And I like Pete. I know a lot of the people that Pete worked with and helped him with stuff live here in South Florida. And I was a big Pete fan. I love the way Charlie Hustle played baseball. But I could never understand, like, Pete, stop. Stop. Give yourself a chance. Stop. They're going, he still hasn't stopped gambling. He's still got to gamble on everything. Friggin' cockroach runs across. He can't stop. Which cockroach? Put them next to each other. Let's see which one wins the race.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Wood. And, man, I was at Hard Rock the other night and for this banquet, and a lot of people, they're doing well. A lot of people around placing bets.
Well,
inside.
If you can do it the right way, it's fun. I enjoy it. I like.
Hey, Woody,
doing it,
first of all, can I just say this, Woody? You're not a quarterback. You're not a guard.
Yes, I understand.
Okay.
I know that I can't impact the outcomes of the games. I know.
That's a big difference.
I know, but as
so you
far
can go,
as that goes, but yeah, I get people get hooked on it. I understand that.
Yeah, and then you try to get your money back, and
yeah, you're not supposed to chase. Not supposed to chase.
Chasing is disgracing. I mean, it's just not going to work.
Yeah. You could work for the gambling hotline with that.
Yeah. Throw that one in. Give me credit.
They call 1-800-GAMBLER or whatever, and they get you on the line.
Yeah. Wow. Just the guy I want to listen to while I play 40 bets.
You give him picks.
Yeah. Prop bets.
Here's how you can get your money back, sir.
Yeah, here. This is the way you do it tonight. You can get it all back in one night. Listen to me. Just incredible. Boy, this should be another wake-up call for college football. They got to crack down hard on this kid. Making $5 million. What are you doing? Play some bets. You're going to make $5 million. I have no sympathy for the kid. And he's obviously, he's admitted, I got a gambling addiction.
Yeah, we know that the money's never enough, right? I mean, look at Terry's situation. Guy made enough money the last 10 lifetimes.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you flirting with?
Damon Jones?
What's he doing? He made a ton of money.
Yes.
How about the coach for
Chauncey Billups?
What's he doing?
No, doesn't make
Great
any
player.
sense.
Got a head coaching job. Hard to get both.
I'm guessing he's made over $100 million in his life.
I'm guessing.
Got to be close.
What are we doing?
Not smart.
Hey man, you think you can get, a little extra money. I don't have to claim it. I'm gonna, I got good guys around me. I'm not worried about it.
Or you get in with the wrong people.
Well, as soon as they get busted, guess what they're doing? They're not doing time by themselves. They're hey, guess who's doing it? Guess who's helping me? Guess who's helping me over there? The old guard for the Miami Heat. What was he in every way, a bad trade? Terry Rozier.
Yes, I would say that one did not work out.
Could have been the nicest guy in the world. I don't know him, but just a horrible. How do you have a chance when you got this over your head? And by the way, they kept it from us. We had no idea, right? He had no idea this when they made the trade. And now Dave Hyde comes out and says, oh, no, Nick was against it. Well, Nick, you're smart. You're a lot smarter than the rest of them. If it's true that Nick Harrison came out and said, I don't like Terry Rozier. I don't like this deal. And he got overruled. They overruled him. Maybe we ought to listen to that young guy, man. Maybe old Nick was onto something there.
Hey, real quick here, Joe. We'll end on this one before we head off the break. But this guy says one last chance request. If Joe doesn't take the pro tennis offer, is he available to join our basketball team for the Masters 55 and up basketball national tournament next week in Coral Springs?
I got no shot there.
From Randy, the Snipers.
Hey, Randy and the Snipers, thank you for that offer. I am still 6'4", but unless you guys are walking up and down the court.
Could be half court. He didn't say.
No,
maybe it is half court ball.
No, those guys are playing. No.
All right. So you're declining that one, but you will accept the tennis.
I am down to two things, just for the record here. I'm a walker, which I hate. I do walk. And I am still playing clay tennis. Clay tennis only. Hey, we got more stuff to get to. Charles Davis, who's been super busy with the NFL Draft. If you've been watching NFL Network, he's been on the coverage Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and also doing shows as well for NFL Network. Did a show last night. Was nice enough to get up with us. He's going to join us next. Stay with us.
Game 2 of the Marlins series with the Dodgers tonight.